WHHI Sports presents in HD the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series. This is the Armstrong State pregame show. I'm Bob Stevens along with Mike Covert. The Broad River Bowl. We got the big school from the north, the big school from the south, Bluffton and Beaufort tangling here at Beaufort Stadium, the home of the Bobcats. An interesting matchup, particularly because these are two teams that are really hungry just to beat somebody and to have it count.
I tell you what, Bob, hungers are putting it lightly because it is electric here. You got Cats and Eagles. They both are on the prowl. Watch out for the talons on these Eagles, but I think more importantly, you're going to see some Bobcats after one stomping out here of Battery Creek,
right,
having to give that trophy back, and then losing to Effingham County last week. I think you're going to see a Bluffton High School team that is either ready to put it up on the board big time, or they may have to walk away.
Yeah.
Calmly.
Bluffton fighting some injury bug. They have lost their safety, Lawrence Taylor, for a time. They have lost their all-state, all-superstar, all-everything defensive lineman, Shamik Blackshear. They're used to not having him around a lot. He was hurt a lot last year as well. But they're playing down a bit, and Beaufort, I don't think, is quite sure what they've got after an opening loss at Colleton County.
You know, it's kind of strange when you look at what's going on with the losses between these two teams. And the three defensive stars that are gone, talking to Coach Ken Cribb earlier, he didn't say he didn't know what he was going to pull from, because we all know that he has the depth. Other side of the ball, you look at Beaufort High School. They only dress 40, 42 players,
yeah,
something like that. There's not a whole lot to pull from, so we really don't know.
Yeah. This is the first time, Mark Clifford was telling me earlier, first time he hasn't been able to play two-platoon football. He's got guys going both ways. He's got three members of the 4x400-meter all-state sprint team in his secondary, and the fourth guy in that secondary might actually be the best player on the football team, Jawan Mack, who goes both ways, can play just about everywhere. But they're going to need those guys, the first stringers, obviously, to step up, because they're going to have to play both ways.
Yeah, they're going to have to play both ways. No more injuries. It's got to be key. Hydrate, eat well before the game. All week long, practice has got to be smooth as silk, and for both squads, because now, you know, we got 2 weeks under our belts. It's time we're getting closer to region play, and now it's going to start counting. Region
play is all of what's on Kid Cribb's mind, probably Mark Clifford as well. We'll do a little coach talk when we come back. The Armstrong State pregame show continues on WHHI.
I'm a mother of four, so walking into the classroom was like being at home.
Teaching is about building that relationship with your students, and that's something that I really learned while attending Armstrong.
With all the experience that Armstrong has given me in the school and the community, I am very marketable and I have a jam-up resume.
I've learned to be the best student I can be at Armstrong, and I'm going to expect the same thing from my students.
Preparing to be a great teacher starts with being a great student. I'm starting strong.
Are you feeling hot yet? The temperature is pushing 100 outside. Right now it's hot, and your air conditioning system is working hard day and night to keep you cool and comfortable. What if it stopped working? What would you do? Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your summer. Get a checkup from Covert Aire and let us help you prevent problems before they happen. Covert Aire provides preventative maintenance, new units, and emergency service. Complete customer satisfaction is not only our goal, it's our business.
Everywhere you go, you see Hilton Head Exterminators on the job. That's because as the area's first and largest pest control company, Hilton Head Exterminators is everywhere. Their commitment is to protect every home and business in the Lowcountry. Their presence supports their reputation for customer satisfaction. And every time you see a Hilton Head Exterminators vehicle, their tradition rolls on. Hilton Head Exterminators. Commitment, reputation, tradition.
H&H Auto Service and H&H Auto Body are deeply rooted in our community. Our friends became our customers, and our customers become our friends. H&H has earned a reputation for dedication to their customers. All collision and mechanical repairs to servicing your tires. H&H will take care of you.
We are completely committed to every client, sales and service.
And communication is key.
I invite you to see why so many people trust H&H. After all, you are driving our reputation.
So that's it?
That's it.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done. We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
Have you been in the Zone? Sports Zone is the area's complete source for sporting goods and apparel. Their selection of sports equipment covers everything you need for football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Plus the latest in apparel to make you look your best. Sports Zone is also the place for teams. From uniforms to trophies, embroidered items, banners, and more. Sports Zone has it all at competitive prices. Stop by 12 Johnson Way off Route 46 near the post office in Bluffton or call 837-ZONE. Get it in the zone. Sports Zone.
You're watching the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series on WHHI Sports.
Welcome back to the Armstrong State pregame show. We're with Ken Cribb, the head coach of the Bluffton Bobcats. Ball club looking for a win, looking for something good to happen. You guys, mainly you want to stay healthy, don't you?
Well, I think we're past that. So, hey, that's football, though. We got 3 out on defense. But we're gonna find out whether we are a team or not. So, that's what the other kids are ready to step in and do their job.
Prognosis on Shamik? A short while?
I don't
Any
know.
idea?
Don't have no idea because had an MRI. Doctor's got to read it. I don't know when they're gonna get together and read it, but that's all I know right now.
You haven't figured out how to read MRIs yet? You've seen enough of them the last few years.
I don't even know what MRI stands for.
I tell you, Coach, you got to kind of get away from football topic. Bluffton football still has this whole community really fired up. The whole town of Bluffton proper, if you will, is so behind this program. It's really neat. Today I was out at a furniture outlet, give props to those boys in Sheridan Park, and they said, hey, we see you guys every week, the Covert Aire Bowl Series. We hear you coming to Bluffton High School tonight. The fans just want to know, are these fellas going to be bringing it to the Eagles from across the bridge?
You know what gets me excited about coaches is have kids that play as hard as they do for us. They play for this community, and nothing inspires these kids more than this stands being full. This noise, the State of Mind Cafe, people arriving early. It's a family community affair.
I tell you, Bob, I've called events in NASCAR that have been as electric as this. Remember that.
Yep.
As electric as Bluffton High School.
Not more, but
not
just
more.
as. You got a great thing going here. Playing Beaufort and having it not be a league game, region game, make any difference? It's still a good rivalry game.
No, after the game night, if you come in my room, I'll play a game of checkers or chess. It's the same no matter what we do. We play hard. We want to win. It don't matter if it's region, non-region. I mean, we're getting ready for region and, hopefully the playoffs, but, it's Beaufort and it doesn't. It's going to be a great game. They got a great program, and we're excited to play them.
And you'd whoop my backside at checkers or chess. Good luck to you tonight.
Probably 10 out of 10.
We'll be back with more as we continue here on the Armstrong State pregame show here on WHHI.
Sitting in a tree, a kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog. You sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dog, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
So, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
I cook to save money on my electric bills. He does it because, well, I guess because I do it. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative can teach you how to save energy and money at togetherwesave.com.
We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner.
Hi, I'm Jim Manning, owner of Service Master of Beaufort County. Our family has served the Lowcountry for over 20 years, specializing in fire, mold, water, cleanup, and restoration.
When disaster strikes, we guarantee to put your home or business back together.
I'm here to process documents and communicate with your insurance carrier. When disaster strikes your home or business, call Service Master of Beaufort County. Our customer satisfaction is our future.
Welcome back to WHHI Sports presentation of the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series. The Beaufort Eagles are coming out of the end zone where they have been preparing mentally the last few moments, getting ready to storm out onto the field. The Bluffton Bobcats down on the other end. We are ready to play some high school football under very curious skies tonight. It has misted, it has rained, it has been sunny. We have had everything but a whole lot of wind, and I'm glad for that. How are you?
I'm doing great, Bob. Good to be back on a Friday night. We're going to see some action here with the Bluffton Bobcats coming out against the Beaufort Eagles, running out of field, led out by their captain, DeQuan Kaysen, number 18, and Jason Sen, number 24. And here comes the Bobcats.
Both teams looking for their first victory that counts as one this year. Of course, you remember week 0 of the season, our first game here on WHHI, when Bluffton demolished Battery Creek 75-0, but used an ineligible player and were forced to forfeit that game later on. In the big scope of things, it doesn't matter a lot to Bluffton. It makes their record not quite as glossy. But region play is what counts. That's what Ken Cribb is preparing his team to do. He'd love to get a win over the guys north of the Broad to get it started, though.
He would, too. But last week they lost a tough game playing up in Georgia. I think they probably could have used a few more ineligible players to help them out in that one, but they lost 24-8, Bob. And unfortunately, it was played under inclement weather. Yeah. It rained a lot, and that's the reason it was a lot closer than the score indicated. Evidently, there were a lot of fumbles and mishaps, but maybe a little bit like tonight.
Yeah, Coach Cribb talked about last week being a game that Bluffton certainly could have won. They were only down 14-8 after getting a late safety to make it 14-8. It forced Effingham County to kick it on the free kick. Bluffton fumbled it. And there went all the momentum. And then in trying to strip the ball and make something happen, they gave up a touchdown in the final minute or so. But they were right there. Too many turnovers inside the 10. You see Ken Cribb with his offensive players. He's got his game face on for tonight's game, that's for sure. We're ready to go in front of a big crowd here in the Broad River Bowl on WHHI.
Coach Cribb has been a master at deception in his offense throughout the years. We've seen him when he first came to Bluffton in 2011 and took his team all the way to the state final. He's not been back since. I'm sure he'd like to get back this year, that's for sure. Led by his quarterback, Alex Davis.
Absolutely. Will Durbin, a sophomore, has been pressed into the kicking duties with their great senior, Brady Cormier, nursing a hip flexor injury. Durbin, called up from the JV team, will kick off for Bluffton. Deep on the returns, Laquan Washington will likely be solo for a lot of this. He is the deepest of the players, as they get a kick, take a short kick and bring it back to the 30-yard line. Bluffton will set up right there. Bringing back that kick was Diaze Smalls. Smalls, who had a big night a couple of weeks ago, the junior running back, scored a 34-yard touchdown against Battery Creek.
We get a chance to introduce the offensive line for Bluffton right after this. They run out of a no-huddle offense, so it'll be tough to do an identification. We'll need a couple plays, Bob.
Alex Davis fakes it to the wingback coming around, and then he slides down after a loss of about a yard. That looked like a bit of a busted play.
Yep, it was. Lined up over the ball was J. Beer Meir, number 50, 5'9", 190 pounds senior, seems get up over the ball. Their goal for Bluffton is run an offensive play every 8 seconds.
2nd down and 11. Davis this time gives it to his up back, and he gets up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Actually, Davis kept it. The fake got me. Davis kept it and picked up 6. There's Mark Clifford in his 11th season at Beaufort High School. 9-4 a year ago. They went to the 2nd round of the state playoffs.
You know,
you know what? He did give it to the back, and he shoveled it back to Davis. So I was only halfway fooled. Davis here gives it to his fullback up near the 40, but that's going to be short of a first down. As Jawan Mack got the ball. Both teams have a player named it's Javon Mack for Bluffton.
Great play by number 69, Andrew Jazuski, the senior, 6'2", 230 pounds. Andrew put the leather to him and held him short. They're going to go for it, though, on 4th down.
4th and 2, of course. It's early in the game. Want to keep some momentum, keep the football away from
they try to
the
get
Beaufort
him to
Eagles.
jump offside. This is just a ploy.
2 wide receivers down at the bottom of the screen, and finally Bluffton decides to call a timeout as they were unable to get Beaufort to jump off sides. It's an Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry timeout, no score.
On WHHI Sports TV.
There's something new in Bluffton.
It's the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet, where we sell Chevy right.
We stock Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to give you the selection you want. We price Chevy right at Rickenbaugh, so you'll be as confident about your deal as your Chevy. We service Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to keep your Chevy and our reputation going strong.
So come see what's new in Bluffton, the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet. We sell Chevy right.
Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet in Bluffton, Highway 278 at University Parkway.
On 4th and 2, Bluffton still lined up to go for it. Alex Davis, the senior quarterback, threw 4 touchdown passes against Battery Creek, member of the Lowcountry 11. They run the punt, short punt, grabbed by Beaufort's Keaton Butler, and the Eagles will take over. Pretty decent field position to start the game.
It is, too, for Beaufort. And as they come up over the ball, they take a little bit longer because they do huddle after every game, more traditionally. That Beaufort offense can be led by Jackson Williams, number 50 at center. The right guard is Andrew Jazuski, 69. Colin Pender, number 66, is the right tackle. Left guard, Andrew Smith. Left tackle is Tyler Rentz. He's a junior.
And the first down give is to Jeffrey Tooks. We're going to call his name a lot in this game. The 5'8", 135-pound junior. He's just a little guy, but look at him run tough inside and pick up about 3.5 for the Eagles.
Tough 3.5 yards there, Bob.
He had 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion in their opening week loss to Colleton County. Ran for over 850 yards a year ago and 5 touchdowns. That just as a sophomore. The quarterback is Courtney Pyatt, and he flips one out and incomplete, short of the intended receiver, Tooks. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some good coverage that time by the Beaufort defense out on the corner. Number 2, Colin Roach, and Terrence Hayward in the coverage.
Good crowd filling in on a dicey Friday evening in the Lowcountry. Rain off and on, little mist and showers, a little bit of everything tonight. Now under center, Pyatt on 3rd down, gives it to Tooks, and Tooks picks up a couple, but it'll be 4th down and about 4 for the Eagles.
Well, we're going to look at left defensive end, number 17, makes a nice stop in there. He comes in, gets underneath the blocker. That's Rashad Rivers. He's been moved to defense as a linebacker starting tonight for the first time.
Jordan Bates dropping back in deep punt formation. Ken Cribb working hard on the Bluffton sidelines. Bates, a senior, averaged almost 40 yards a kick a year ago. Remember, this is just Beaufort's second game. It's Bluffton's third, so still getting all of the special teams together is sometimes a bit of a challenge. Big kick. Back to the 25, and it takes a Beaufort bounce. Finally picked up well back by the Bobcats. They bring it out across the 20, and there is a late flag. That was bringing back on the kick Laquan Washington. He'll play a single safety on a lot of punt returns tonight because his usual mate back there, Lawrence Taylor, broke his leg last week down at Effingham County. And we've got a personal foul against Bluffton that will bring him back. There's Washington. Yeah, a little late play there. Late flag. Extra contact after the play will drop the Bobcats back to their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10.
Got to keep your composure, Bob.
Davis, lone setback behind him is Washington. He's going to air this one out, going deep over the middle and just over the outstretched hands of Laquan Washington. The wingback, who caught 5 balls for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns against Battery Creek.
He's a senior, Bob. Laquan Washington, 5'10", 174 pounds. He can fly. Nice coverage on that play, though, by number 2, Nathan Parker for Beaufort.
Now the give is to 22. That is Diaze Smalls. Smalls, 146-pound junior, checks out of the lineup. And on a 3rd and 4, Beaufort showing a 5-man front. They generally play in a 3-4. Davis keeps the ball. Some great sleight of hand as he faked it to the fullback. Half of the Beaufort linebacking core bit on the fake, and Davis gets the first down. Great
watch
run.
what happens here. He runs it really well. This is nothing other than a triple option. See, he faked the ball into fullback set. Gut pulls it out. Number 69, a defensive end, never got blocked, and that's what he's trying to do. He's reading the defensive end as he comes down the line, and he runs it perfectly for a first down.
Now Davis in a little trouble and is sacked. Brought down by Tyler Clancy, the 5'7" senior who had 4 sacks last year, gets one this year, and it'll be 2nd and long for Bluffton.
Yeah, Tyler Clancy comes off the edge. And this is a great call, defensive call, because he's a defensive back coming off the edge. Or actually, he's lined up as an outside linebacker. He came in unblocked.
He's still playing as, again, the 3-4, but the 2 linebackers are standing up. The outside linebackers rolling right. Oh, trying to get it out for Washington with a head of steam, and he throws it just a little bit high. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 14 for the Bluffton Bobcats. Student section here at Bluffton standing early on, giving us a little Texas A&M action. Everybody's standing. The guys like that because if it works like Texas A&M and Bluffton scores, they get to kiss the date. Over the middle, it's caught by Washington, but Washington is met by a couple of Beaufort Eagles in a big hurry after a gain of only 2.
Yeah, that's because number 22 stepped in there and read the screen perfectly. You'll see him at the top of the screen. Everybody goes unblocked. It's a middle screen. He sees it's current. Look at him come from the left-hand side. Makes a stop. 99 along with him. That's Raquan Singleton, the senior. Uses his 6'3", 225-pound frame to slam the running back to the ground.
So on 4th down, Jack Ernie, the senior wide receiver, place kicker and punter, jack of all trades, will kick it from his own 20. It is fair caught back of the secondary by Keaton Butler of Beaufort. The Eagles will take over. after holding Beaufort, or Bluffton rather, for the second straight time. Covert Aire, a finalist for the Hilton at Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award. Congratulations to Mike Covert and staff for this prestigious nomination and making the list as a finalist. That's good stuff.
Real good stuff.
Real good stuff. That means you have to wear a tuxedo.
Absolutely.
We got people who pay to watch that, that's for sure.
Camouflage.
We've got a timeout. An Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry stoppage of play. 6:26 left of the first quarter, no score.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry is a group of highly acclaimed orthopedic surgeons and specialists that help patients live a pain-free life. Whether you have a sports injury, damaged knees or hips, shoulder problems, arthritis, sprains, or strains, they will work with you to determine a treatment plan best suited for your health and lifestyle. Trust Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry to get you back to work, to family, and to doing the things you love. Find them at either of their 2 locations or online at HHIorthopedics.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Butler, owner of Butler Marine. We are your #1 dealer in the Lowcountry for boats, and we feature the largest indoor showroom in the Lowcountry. Butler Marine has a wide selection of new and used boats, including bow riders, skiffs, catamarans, and center consoles. We are the largest Key West dealer in the country and the largest Yamaha dealer in Beaufort County. With our large parts department, we have any part you need from Mercury, Suzuki, Yamaha. You can even come visit us online at butlermarineinc.com. Butler Marine, just over the bridge from downtown Beaufort.
Welcome back as the Beaufort Eagles try a play up the middle and don't get much. That's Wyatt Sharpensky. Sharpensky, the sophomore. He's the big back in their backfield. He's 150 pounds. They're running small and quick in the backfield for the Beaufort Eagles. He gets a loss of about a half yard. It'll be second and long. The Eagles clad in white that Mark Clifford hopes gets significantly dirtier before this is over. Jeffrey Tooks breaks free. 40, 35, 30, inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. First down, Beaufort.
We'll get this on replay. You got to watch Adam Leedy, number 40. You'll see him come in over here, throws a double-team block, knocks down, along with the right offensive tackle. That's number 66, Cody Pender, and they blow the defensive end off the ball. They bury him into the ground, and that's the reason why you have the running back running downfield for a first down.
Big first down for the Eagles. Now a fumble. We've got a flag thrown as well. Looks like Sharpensky fell on it. Now we'll see what the flag does while they're debating all of that. Technical College of the Lowcountry. You can go to tcl.edu for enrollment information. TCL, it's working. Mark Clifford and his staff on the sideline after the procedure call. It'll make it a 1st and 15.
That long run was a typical Mark Clifford play. He loves to do double teams on defensive ends. Try to get this disadvantage, and that's exactly what he did.
Sorry, that's a holding call. It looked like procedure for a moment, but a holding call will back him up 10 yards, make it a first down and 20. Mark Clifford is a coach's coach. I don't know anybody who coaches harder than he does. 24/7. He has pace on the floor. He goes through, got to go through 3 pairs of shoes a year.
He does. Former Clemson player, Mark Clifford, in his 11th season.
Now faking the give to Tooks, keeping it is the quarterback, Pyatt. Pyatt down to the 15-yard line. That's first down yardage for the Eagles.
Well, we really haven't seen Pyatt throw the ball, but this time, again, it's just a down-the-line option. He takes the ball, puts it in the fullback's gut. He's doing a read option. He reads the defensive end. He sees that it's free. He gets a blocker coming from the wingback on the other side, picks up the block from 32, and that's the reason why he's down at the 13-yard line.
Jeffrey Tooks making a great block as he got out ahead of the play and then turned around and made a block to spring.
Now they're in a T formation.
For a little more. Give to the fullback. Down inside the 10, still carrying players with him.
That's Mark Clifford
Sharpensky,
football.
Yep.
I tell you what, they come out, they get a first down inside the 20 in their red zone, and it goes directly to a direct snap from the quarterback, and that's catches the defense napping a little bit in the change, and he runs a cross buck and gives the ball to the first fullback right through. just a straight dive. Great call by Mark Clifford. Catches the defense napping a little bit.
Second down, a short 5 from about the 7-yard line. Now the give to Tooks, and there are 3 Bluffton Bobcats piling him back at about the 8 or 9. It'll be a loss of a yard or 2 and bring up a third down and about 7. They have it all at New River Auto Mall. Over 1,000 vehicles at 12 dealerships in one location. NewRiverAutomall.com.
They get that 3-4 Bluffton defense going. Shamik Blackshear, number 7, not playing tonight. He is the co-captain. We saw him come out for the toss of the coin, but he's been replaced, or they moved Julian Lee out to his defensive end position, and now they're in a 4-man line with 3 linebackers.
They're playing about 7 or 8 in the box, though, as back to throw is Pyatt, scrambling and picks up a couple. And then there's a late flag. We'll see if it's a block in the back against Beaufort or something against Bluffton down inside the 10. That would be a killer penalty against the Bobcats. It's an offensive holding call, yep, against Beaufort. Their second holding call on this drive.
You know what happens? It ends up being a block in the back, and the reason is he reverses his direction. And that's what happens sometimes with a running back or a quarterback. The play's not designed to go there, and when he starts going there, it takes the blockers out of their normal position. There's the block right there, number 12 hits him from behind.
Yep, Keaton Butler.
You got to learn to keep your composure. You're not going to make every play. And that really hurt because that took him out of field goal position.
They need to get to the 3. They're at the 19 on third down. Pyatt gives it to Daquan Kaysen on the end around, and Kaysen brings it back to about the 13-yard line. Does not get out of bounds. They'll keep the clock rolling.
Daquan Kaysen, number 18. He's the co-captain of the team, 5'10", 145 pounds. You see he gets the flip here. They execute it perfectly. He just doesn't have enough field to outrun the defenders.
So fourth down. We'll see, they are going to try the field goal. It'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Will Durbin, the sophomore, with a great leg. They're just not quite sure of his accuracy, and it's blocked. The kick is blocked, picked up by the Bobcats. They'll take over at their own 16-yard line. Mark Clifford. And he's just shaking his head over on the sidelines. He has seen it all, and he's seeing it all in a little drizzle right now.
The kick's too low.
Yep.
It comes out of there, right up the middle, too.
Yep.
Kick was, there's not much, he could have kicked it as high as he wanted to. He had 2 guys in front of him. Great job by the Bluffton defense.
So now the Bobcats take over. Each team has had the ball twice, still scoreless here in the first quarter. The first time we haven't had a wild and woolly score fest in the first quarter in our first 3 weeks of the season. The give is up the middle to Diaze Smalls.
You know, Alex Davis just looks a lot more comfortable this week. I just think that you know, the more times he gets to run the offense, more times he has his hand on the wheel, the better it's going to be. He's making some nice reads right now.
Second down and 5. Rolling left, looking for somebody downfield, then reverses direction and runs into the grasp of the Beaufort defender, making a good play there. Was number 58. That's Eli Glisson, the nose tackle, 6 foot, 220-pound junior.
Yeah, nice coverage downfield. Even the 6'6", number 59, Nate Freeland, left offensive tackle, couldn't help him on that one to protect his quarterback.
Pressure by Raekwon Singleton kind of flushed him out of the pocket there. So third down and about 7. Now the ball goes to Diaze Smalls, trying to get around the right side, little razzle-dazzle, but only picks up a yard or 2, and it'll be fourth down and about 5.5 for the Bluffton Bobcats. Bobcats 0-2, Eagles 0-1. Both of them trying to get off the schneid here on a Friday night in beautiful Bluffton. Jack Ernie back to kick.
Beaufort Eagles are only playing their second game, but they had 2 tough scrimmages before this, and usually that's when you see your improvement in a football team from game 1 to game 2. But really, with the tough scrimmages they had, I think they're further along than you might think normally.
Ernie takes the low snap, but then booms the kick. And it will be fair caught by Keaton Butler, and the Beaufort Eagles will take over. Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry can diagnose and treat many types of sports injuries using minimally invasive techniques. HHIorthopedics.com. You can find out more information as the rain falls a little steadier on this Friday night.
Who do you think that's going to affect the most, Bob? Beaufort or Bluffton?
Oh, I think it'll affect Bluffton a lot more. They like to throw the ball, play a little pitch and catch. Beaufort, glad to grind it out between the tackles. You're the expert. You tell me. Slick football has just hurt Beaufort a lot as Bluffton recovers.
They put the quarterback under center just for that exact reason, so that you wouldn't mishandle the snap. He gets the ball cleanly, but it doesn't get over to number 32.
Mishandles the pitch, and Jeffrey Tooks couldn't get a hold of it. So now Bluffton has been handed some field position. 41 yards away from a score.
Well, they haven't done much yet. Maybe this is an opportunity. This is in the area where Cribb's on a turnover will kind of go for it all.
Davis fakes it to the up back, gives to Laquan Washington, who gets it inside the 40 to about the 37. Brought down by Raekwon Singleton and Andrew Smith.
Yeah, he's running behind that right side of the line. 56 Troy Campbell, 52 Dylan Wilson. They're both juniors. Dylan's a little bit bigger at right guard.
Gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. A bit of a high snap. Davis trying to set up the screen. They get it out to Washington. Oh no, that's Javon Mack, 23.
And the co-captain Jason Sen makes a nice open field tackle, number 24.
And just like that, we're through a quarter of play. The Broad River Bowl, scoreless.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Stay tuned for more high school football action.
Only on WHHI.
I bought this. I saw it. I wanted it, so I got it. I put my hand in, cookies come out. One more time. Hand in, cookie out. Shouldn't your life be that way? When you put something into your life, you should get something more incredible back out, right? How much do you make right now? If you're whispering, not a good sign. Start at TCL and get a job right now to get cookies raining down on you. Or in other words, employment, advancement, vacation, a career. Yeah, this commercial is not about cookies, it's about you. Make it happen this fall at tcl.edu/now. It's working.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Shinsky of Hilton Head Hearing Services. Your hearing is important. Being able to hear your spouse, friends, and grandchildren improves the quality of your life. Hearing loss just does not affect the individual, but those around you. Family members, friends, and physicians have referred to Hilton Head Hearing Services for over 27 years. From hearing evaluations to treatment with the latest in hearing technology from Widex. I not only provide the highest quality of service, but also the highest quality product. Discover hearing by Widex and experience what many satisfied wearers already have. God bless you.
Back at Bluffton High School, where the Bluffton Bobcats and Beaufort Eagles have battled to a scoreless first quarter. Whistle before the snap.
Legal procedure.
Procedure call.
Some movement there. Setting that offensive line for the Bluffton offense. We haven't called out numbers. The left guard, left tackle. 72 is Carson Broyles at left guard, and Nate Freeland, number 59, is the left offensive tackle for the Bluffton Bobcats tonight.
Now Alex Davis on a 3rd down and 11. Fakes it once, then goes deep. He's got a wide open Terrence Hayward. Hayward shakes one tackle and goes for the pylon. He is in the end zone, I think, although the linesman is not giving him the call. We have not seen anybody's hands go up. Bluffton celebrating touchdown. Yeah, he hit the pylon. Yep. Still haven't seen a touchdown call. But everybody else in the stadium thinks it's 6, so we'll call it that way. Great touch pass to a wide open Terrence Hayward from Alex Davis for the score.
This is what Bluffton likes to do, is make you think.
And this time they do it. The swinging gate, the lateral over, and do they make it or not? Yes, now we see a signal that he got the nose of the football over the goal line. So the 2-point conversion is good, and Bluffton has an 8-0 lead 10 seconds into the second quarter.
On WHHI Sports TV.
At Beaufort Academy, we place emphasis first on academic success, but also on the whole child by encouraging participation in school sports and clubs.
The BA community offers a safe and nurturing environment. Beaufort Academy continues to be the best choice for our children.
With small class sizes, we make big impressions. Beaufort Academy is the reliable school of choice, educating young people for almost 50 years. BA, experience the difference firsthand.
Do you need to see a doctor today? Walk in to St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care.
We can treat almost any minor illness or injury at immediate care and without an appointment. So you can stay out of the hospital ER unless you really need it.
We accept most insurance, plus Medicare and Medicaid plans, Peach Care and TRICARE. Visit St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care in Savannah, Garden City, Pooler, Hinesville, Statesboro, and our newest Lowcountry location in Bluffton's Buckwalter Place.
For illness or injury, 7 days a week, the doctor will see you now.
So quickly in the second quarter, Bluffton gets the home run touchdown pass and leads it 8-0. Now Jack Ernie with the short pooch kickoff. Bluffton bringing it back, 30-35, knocked out at about the 38-yard line is Keaton Butler. Let's show that touchdown again.
He's number 12 at the bottom of the screen. They're in man coverage, and it looked like somebody just missed their man.
And then trying to push him out of bounds before he could hit the pylon was Malcolm Simmons, but could not get it done. First down at the 38 for Beaufort. Tooks off tackle, stays on his feet, gets across the 40 to about the 43, 44-yard line.
He's getting a bad spot too. It looks like he got like an extra yard on this, but a great effort by Tooks. Looks how he kind of shakes and bakes inside. He's only 165 pounds.
Well, try 135.
135.
I asked Mark Clifford about that. Is he really only 135? He says, well, he might be 136.
with his pads on, he might be a little heavier.
2nd and 4. Tooks put his hand down on 2 different occasions, 2 different steps during that run. That's real agility. Swing pass out for Beaufort to number 30, Colby Chalmers. And Chalmers moves the chains, gets a TCL first. Nope, just a little short. Okay. Thought we were going to see a TCL
it's
first
a little
down.
Play action pass, little shoot route into the sideline.
3rd and 1. The umbrellas popping up like daisies here at the home of the Bobcats. Courtney Pyatt. Butler in motion. Gives to his tailback. That's Sharpensky, and Sharpensky is caught in the backfield. Good defensive play. Big number 55. Javade Jack Johnson, the 5'9", 320-pound sophomore. Yeah. Getting some penetration along with
Rashad Rivers.
Yep. Number 13 making the play. 4th down, Beaufort forced to punt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rashad Rivers 17. Kevin Diggs. We've got to give some credit there.
The
tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Number 13, Kevin Diggs. Starting tonight.
Jordan Bates back in punt formation for the Eagles. Low snap, and he got it blocked. Took a little bit too long. Bates falls on it, but getting the block for the Bluffton Bobcats with great penetration was Sheldon Smith. The strong safety, the senior, making a great play for the Bluffton defense and giving them excellent field position.
This is a practice play. Coming off the edge, And they practice this and they kind of dive onto mats during the week, practicing those blocks. The co-captain, Sheldon Smith, shows why he's a co-captain, leading by example. 5'10", 182 pounds, strong safety, makes a play on the special teams.
A special play for him. He grew up in Beaufort and is playing for the Bluffton Bobcats now. Special play against some guys he grew up with, as the first give is to the tailback, Diaze Smalls, and Smalls takes it down inside the 25.
Nice tackle by Alex Tokar there, number 54, playing in the defensive line. He's going both ways tonight, Tokar.
Rain coming down just a little bit harder as Davis keeps it around right end, upfield, into the secondary, inside the 10, inside the 5. They're going to mark it down at the 4-yard line for number 4. A TCL first down for the Bobcats.
And that's what Davis does the best. He's a great faker. You'll see here where he puts the ball into the gut, pulls it out. They don't block the defensive end, number 99. They leave him alone. Davis has enough speed and agility to make them miss on the outside and almost gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Great job.
Terrence Haywood, a pretty good screen block downfield as well for the Bobcats. 9:40 left in the second quarter. Bluffton trying to get a second quick touchdown as they keep it up the middle. Touchdown, Bobcats. Alex Davis keeps it for the 4-yard touchdown to make it 14-0.
What happened quick? Got through the first quarter without any scores. The fumble and a punt leaves a good field position for Bluffton, and they capitalize on it. Alex Davis running this triple option threat to perfection.
Now Jack Ernie on for the extra point, but again they have the swinging gate formation there. They did a direct snap to one of the upbacks before. They do it again, and this time throw it over the middle, but it is knocked away. Now, I've seen the swinging gate run a lot of times. I've never seen the pass thrown off it. Have you seen that before?
I have too, but I think that's a great call by Coach Cribb. I can tell you, this is showing up on all their opponents' films the rest of the year. They're going to be looking at these plays.
14-0, the Bluffton Bobcats leading Beaufort here on WHHI Sports TV.
Failing septic systems pose public health and environmental threats on Hilton Head Island. Hilton Head PSD's sanitary sewer system safeguards our quality of life against these threats. Unfortunately, many families with failing septic systems struggle to make ends meet and cannot afford sewer connection. Project SAFE helps get them connected, benefiting our entire island in the long run. Project SAFE is a charitable fund of the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Your gift to Project SAFE is needed today. Please click on the Project SAFE link at hhpsd.com and make a real difference in Hilton Head's future.
Bobcats getting set to kick off. Jack Ernie, the short little pooch kick. Grabbed by the Bobcats. A couple of guys colliding back behind that play. That got the crowd going ooh and ah a little bit as the rain continues to fall here on a Friday night in the Lowcountry. It has been a day where the forecasters got it right. They said a 50-50 chance of rain, and it has rained about half the time on everybody. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 30.
That was Jerby Smalls, number 33, running down on under the punt that laid the big hit onto the potential blocker.
Pyatt swarmed in the backfield as Jeffrey Tooks. Great penetration. This defense has got a little something going now from Bluffton. That was Julian Lee, the senior, who is replacing Shamik Blackshear.
And what he does is he beats the down block.
Yep.
Nice job.
Also a little help from Jerby Smalls, the linebacker, the sophomore, number 30. It'll be 2nd down and about 12. Come join us at the Salty Dog Cafe at the South Beach Marina or on Aire Road and get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-Shirt Factory or anytime at saltydog.com. Over the middle, the pass, and hearing a few footsteps, I think, was DeQuan Kaysen as he got the football, but a lot of activity around him, and he was not able to hang on. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
You know, we got a nose guard in there playing for the first time tonight. He's a sophomore, Jabai Johnson, 5'9", 320 pounds, Bob. That's what the adjustment they made, is they moved Julian Lee out to Shamik Blackshear's left defensive end position, and they moved this young man, all 320 pounds of him, to the nose guard position.
He's going to be a force. Just a sophomore? You don't think he's going to be a force in the next couple of years?
Sounds like another Puna Ford to me. The great Hilton Head High.
Yep. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles. 2 wide receivers now to this low part of the screen, but the give is to Tooks straight up the middle. He'll get about 4, but it'll be well short of a first down, and it'll be punt time coming up for the Beaufort Eagles. Reach your peak at Lava 24 Fitness. Visit us on Hilton Head Island or at lava24.com.
You know, Bob, this is one area where teams that come from a 4A playing a 3A team, such as Beaufort, they simply don't have as many players as they do at the 4A level. And special teams is where that really shows up, and we may see that tonight. Simply that as you go into the game, some of your players are not only going both ways, offensive, defense, but they're running down on punts and kickoffs.
Right.
And when you got fresh bodies out there, particularly when it's hot and humid like tonight, you'll see some big plays.
And Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry, timeout. It's 14-0. Bluffton leading Beaufort.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Colette Stevenson.
And I'm Tom Reed with the Hilton Head MLS.
Did you know that over the past year, our MLS members sold over $1.3 billion of Lowcountry property?
Search today for your dream home or ideal agent at HiltonHeadMLS.com or download the HHI MLS app.
Buyers act now. Most listings sell in 60 days. Sellers' inventories are low, so it's a great time to list as well.
On behalf of Hilton Head MLS members, we wish to show our support of local high school football. Play well this season.
Back at the Covert Aire Broad River Bowl here on WHHI. 14-0, Bluffton leading Beaufort, 4th and 8. And the Eagles are forced to punt. Back inside his own 20 is Jordan Bates. Got the last one blocked, gets this one away. And it's grabbed on the run by the Bluffton deep back, Daquan Washington. Washington brings it back to the 44-yard line. Armstrong State University offers in-state tuition for Beaufort and Jasper County residents. Go to armstrong.edu for more information.
Out comes that offensive line from right to left. It's Campbell, Wilson, Emir, Boyles, and Freeland as they get down to run that spread offense.
Alex Davis stepping in at quarterback. He has engineered 2 quick drives. Davis keeps this one, pulled down from behind. Good defensive play made there by Beaufort's number 69, Andrew Jazuski. Let's go down to the sidelines and Kayla Logue.
I'm here with Beth Herring, the head coach of the Bluffton High School cheerleaders, and it is raining out here, so we're going to have a good time. We're going to do a quick little cheer for you. All right, you ready, Beth?
Are you ready? Yeah. Here we go. And BOBCATS. You have to do it with me.
I'm doing
Bobcats are the very best. Yay!
Go Bobcats!
Go Bobcats!
Back to you guys.
Deep, tipped away. Good defensive play by Michael Dixon, the senior defensive back. One of those 3 DBs that is a member of the state 4x400 relay team champions. Nathan Parker and Michael Simmons are also in that secondary, part of that sprint team. Jawan Mack is the other safety. He's not fast enough. He might be the best player on their team. 3rd down and 10 for Bluffton. Davis under a little bit of pressure, but they set up the screen perfectly. Washington 40 down to near the 35-yard line. 1st down.
The senior makes a nice catch and run out of this. Well timed this time. You can see the difference from just a week or 2 ago. The timing here is almost perfection. He gets the blockers out front, and he's able to catch the ball with a lot of space to go, and it just shows a little bit further into the season.
They let Andrew Smith run free, and they got rid of it before he got to the quarterback. Bit of a high pitch, slows things down for Laquan Washington, and he is down at the 35, gain of maybe a yard.
Beaufort lines up in a 3-man line, and they play 4 linebackers. They play this one exceptionally well. The read option comes out, out of a spread flex formation, and a nice job is finished off by number 54 for Beaufort.
Now a 2nd and 9.
Alex Tokar.
Davis fakes the handoff, trying to go over the middle again, and Tokar almost comes up with the interception. He stayed at home that time and was almost the recipient of the football.
Tokar is actually he's getting some time on the offensive side of the ball too.
Well, Beaufort having to play players both ways, only suiting 42, 43 players for tonight's game. 3rd down and long. 3rd and 9. Davis, lots of time. Now finally flushed from the pocket, rolling left, throwing over the middle to Ernie, who cannot hang on. Jarring hit there, made by the linebacker. That was 51, Andrew Smith. A lot of flags there.
Michael Dixon came up with the big hit. Number 4, unfortunately.
Yep.
They're going
to call a personal foul on Beaufort.
Yep.
As the ball flushed out of the pocket, Davis over the middle. That was just a big hit. It was not by Andrew Smith. It actually was by Michael Dixon, and little activity after the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was the activity after the play or what was the hit. The hit certainly looked like it was a legal hit to me. I thought he hit him with his shoulder first. He wasn't leaning with his head.
We've got a timeout on the field. Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry stoppage of play. 6:15 left in the 2nd quarter. It's 14-0 Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Times have changed on Hilton Head Island since the early 70s, but one thing that has never gone out of style is customer service and great Michelin tires. At Island Tire and Automotive Services, we go the extra mile to help our customers, from our certified friendly technicians to comfortable waiting areas, Wi-Fi, and great coffee. And along with great service, we proudly offer the high performance of Michelin tires. It's good to know.
Some things never change.
Back at Bobcat Stadium, Bluffton High School. Bobcats on top 14-0, have a 1st and 10 after the unsportsmanlike taunting penalty against Beaufort at the 20-yard line. Davis giving it to Cameron Bent, and Bent gets down inside the 15. Cameron Bent had a great game against Battery Creek. The sophomore, 5 rushes for 117 yards and 2 scores. He is a speedster, and he's going to make a difference as the years go by here in Bluffton. 3rd down and short, or 2nd down and short, rather. Now the give to Diaze Smalls, and Smalls, they've got to get to the 10 for the 1st down. He's about a yard short. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 1. Hilton Head's #1 place for service, collision repair, and sales, H&H Auto Service. You can find them on the web at H&Hautoservice.com. 3rd and 1. This is certainly 4-down territory, though, for Bluffton. Almost a free play here for them. Davis, yeah, he's going to take the free play and get a little closer to the goal line. He moves it inside the 8 to about the 7-yard line. Let's go back down to the sidelines and Kayla Logue.
I'm here with Shamik Blackshear. Now, I know you're committed to USC, and you're clearly injured. What happened, and how long do you think you're going to be out?
Last week, playing versus Effingham County, running the ball, a sweep to the right, I took a hit to the outside of my knee. And I don't know how long I'll be out. I still got to go to the doctor on Monday.
All right, well, we hope you feel better and get better soon to play at USC, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kayla. Back to action. And reaching for the end zone and getting there. Oh, the big back they brought in their Thunder package. That's Eric Bryan, the 205-pound defensive player in most cases, but playing the role of Shamik Blackshear, who you just saw in the Thunder package. And he takes it the final 7 yards for the touchdown.
I think Shamik ought to start thinking about getting back on the field. That was pretty impressive, Bob. 32 may just earned himself a position there in short yardage offense. He's a senior, 5'9", 205 pounds. Eric Bryan, number 32. Great effort.
Now Jack Ernie in a regular extra point formation. They've gone for 2 after each of the first 2. High snap, and that one is tipped and knocked aside, so no good there. Bluffton leading it, though, by a 20-0 count with 4:44 left in the second quarter.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Hey folks, Mike Covert here with Covert Aire, the Lowcountry's leader in HVAC service, repair, replacement, and maintenance. Summertime tip for you: with the heat on, when you're outside cutting the grass, don't forget your air conditioner when you're done. All those grass clippings can cause the air conditioner to clog up. Be good to your AC and take a water hose and spray off the fins. Your air conditioner will thank you. Thanks a lot.
So that's it?
That's it.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
Bobcats have put 20 on the board here in the second quarter after a scoreless first quarter. And now they're ready to kick off again. Ernie, the short kick, is picked up by Beaufort's Wyatt Sherpensky, and Sherpensky brings it back across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. That's where Beaufort will try to get some offense generated. They've had a couple of first downs, had a couple of good runs back-to-back by Jeffrey Tooks and then by their quarterback Courtney Pyatt, but that's been about all the offense they've been able to muster so far tonight.
Well, let's see if the rain's continuing here down in the field. We'll have to see whether they're going to go into a shotgun or come out with a T. And it looks like they're going to stay under the ball, come out in a T formation.
Courtney Pyatt under center, gives it to Tooks, and Tooks maybe gets a yard. I'm not sure he got that much. Julian Lee on the stop. Big number 70 has played well, replacing Shamik Blackshear on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Julian's a senior, 5'10", 206 pounds, filling in quite admirably for Shamik Blackshear.
Mark Clifford in perpetual motion. Looking at his play sheet as he tries to keep the water off his glasses. Good luck with that one, Mark. Low snap. They give to Tooks. Tooks manages to find his way for a couple of yards. Not even sure he ever got to pick his head up and look forward. He just kind of stumbled forward for a couple there. It'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Tooks a pretty hard runner.
Yep.
He's only a junior. And he almost breaks it.
Nava making the stop, Andres Nava, and it'll be 3rd down and about 8. 3.5 left in the first half. Bluffton on top, 20-0. Under pressure and intercepted. Bringing it back the other way is number 24. That's Tavon Bragg. Bragg, the senior, brings it back down deep into Beaufort territory. The pick, almost the pick 6 for Bluffton.
Courtney Pyatt love to have that one back, that's for sure. Throwing against the way he's going down, against the grain. Didn't really have anybody there. The only thing he could have done is taken the sack or thrown out of bounds. Tries to make a completion. Ends up going against him.
Tavon Bragg brings it all the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bobcats, with 20 on the board already here in the second quarter. Boy, they can just explode in a heartbeat. Davis going for the end zone, going down, slipping before he could get to the end zone was the intended receiver, Hayward. Coverage on the play by Jawan Mack, one of the Island Packets Lowcountry 11, the 150-pound senior.
Yeah, Mack makes a good play. The ball was a little overthrown, though. But he wasn't open.
Yep, 2nd and goal. Now they put it back on the ground, give it to Smalls, and Diaze gets nothing against the center of that Beaufort defensive line.
Yeah, 51, Andrew Smith, who's going both ways, comes in and makes his tackle, is able to stand him up in the hole. Watch him here come up and make the hit. Tackle, wrestle him to the ground. Nice job.
Last year he had 4 tackles for a loss. There's one right there for 2014. 3rd and goal. Bobcats meeting some resistance from an inspired group of Beaufort Eagles. High snap. Davis swings it out and misses his intended receiver. Over there, that was intended for Javon Mack, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
This is all run off the same series of plays. Quarterback's back in the shotgun. He can run the read option where he fakes the ball into the gut of the fullback, or he can take it out and keep it himself, or in this case, he can simply look upfield and throw a pass.
Now this is where the swinging gate, having done it already twice, I think really pays off, because it's a field goal attempt in most circumstances, but you just don't know because of what they've done the first 2 times they scored. And I think Bluffton's going to have to call a timeout. They didn't get anybody over the football. Jack Ernie telling Laquan Washington, I think that was supposed to be you down to snap the ball. Ken Cribb's out to talk to him. We'll take an Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry timeout. 20-0 in favor of Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Oh, salty dog. Oh, salty dog. You're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Captain Cherokee sitting in a tree, Kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog. Oh, salty dog. You're sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down southeast, sitting by the dog, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
Bobcats back on the field. 2:42 left before halftime. Now they shift it over into the regular field goal formation. Ernie still looking at the sidelines. They can run fakes out of the regular field goal formation as well.
You got a quarterback as the holder.
Yep. Alex Davis, the holder. And Davis is going to take the snap, roll right, throw in the end zone, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play there by Jawan Mack. The pass was intended for Terrence Hayward, and Beaufort literally dodges a bullet into the end zone.
Great play by Mack. There's one guy on 2 receivers looking back there. He makes the right choice. Great reaction by Jawan Mack.
Daquan Washington looking down in the end zone said, hey, you picked the wrong, I was open.
1 on 2, and Jawan Mack made a great play. Let's see if that's able to give a little bit of momentum here to the offense of Beaufort. We haven't seen much of it from them so far tonight.
Hilton Head Exterminators, keeping Lowcountry homes and businesses bug-free for nearly 50 years. HiltonHeadExterminators.com. And Mike Rickenbosch Chevrolet, helping sponsor our Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series, the Lowcountry's newest Chevy dealer. We sell Chevy right. First down for the Beaufort Eagles, but deep in their own territory. In the shotgun this time, and brought down back behind the line of scrimmage is Courtney Pyatt.
Well, Courtney's been waiting 3 years to get his opportunity. He's a senior to get a chance. In the time he's been there, Beaufort has 3 wins against 1 win from Bluffton. I'm sure he'd like to get one for himself as leader of his team tonight.
Jerby Smalls, 33, making a great gap shoot there to stuff that play. It'll be second down and 13, just under now, 2 minutes left before halftime. Pyatt in his own end zone, airing it out deep. Double covered was Daquan Kaysen, and he cannot make the catch. Defensive play back there made by Colin Roach.
This goes right through the arms of Daquan Kaysen. Nice throw this time by Courtney Pyatt. He gets the ball, allows his receiver lots of time to run underneath. He gets in there, and it just drops right through the middle.
Colin Roach and Kylan Jenkins on the coverage. It'll be 3rd and 13. A finalist for the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award, Covert Aire, our title sponsor. Congratulations to Mike Covert and his great crew for their prestigious nomination and making the list as a finalist. Jeffrey Tooks gets free from back in his own near end zone. He gets it out past the 25 to the 27-yard line. gain of better than 20 and a TCL first down for Beaufort.
Just off a crossbuck, you'll see here it's a fake one way, and he gets a key block there by number 30 on the outside, and that springs him free into the secondary. Great job that time by Colby Chalmers, running back. The junior laid the block that allowed him to get open.
Little swing pass. That might be Beaufort's first completion of the game. Keaton Butler catching it for a gain of about 4. It'll be second, or they got out of bounds. It'll be second down with 1:35 left. You can go to tcl.edu for Technical College of the Lowcountry enrollment information. TCL. It's working. Second down, about 6. In the backfield, Tooks is met by 3 Bluffton Bobcats.
Same play that led to that big gainer just a minute ago. This time, number 11 for the Bluffton Bobcats comes in.
Sheldon Smith.
Sheldon Smith, the senior, the strong safety, comes up and makes a tackle back in the backfield, fighting off the lead blocker. Nice job, Sheldon.
We've got an Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry timeout called by the Beaufort Eagles. As Mark Clifford talks to his crew, we'll take a break. It's 20-0 Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry is a group of highly acclaimed orthopedic surgeons and specialists that help patients live a pain-free life. Whether you have a sports injury, damaged knees or hips, shoulder problems, arthritis, sprains, or strains, they will work with you to determine a treatment plan best suited for your health and lifestyle. Trust Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry to get you back to work, to family, and to doing the things you love. Find them at either of their 2 locations or online at HHIorthopedics.com.
There's something new in Bluffton.
It's the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet, where we sell Chevy right.
We stock Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to give you the selection you want. We price Chevy right at Rickenbaugh, so you'll be as confident about your deal as your Chevy. We service Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to keep your Chevy and our reputation going strong.
So come see what's new in Bluffton, the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet. We sell Chevy right.
Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet in Bluffton, Highway 278 at University Parkway.
Beaufort Eagles trying to get something going on 3rd and about 8, but there is nothing to be had in the backfield as little Jeffrey Tooks is snowed under on a rainy night in the Lowcountry. We've got a timeout called by Bluffton. Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry timeout, still 20-0 Bobcats.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Manning, owner of Service Master of Beaufort County. Our family has served the Lowcountry over 20 years, specializing in fire, mold, water, cleanup, and restoration.
When disaster strikes, we guarantee to put your home or business back together.
I'm here to process documents and communicate with your insurance carrier. When disaster strikes your home or business, call Service Master of Beaufort County. Our customer satisfaction is our future.
So that's it? That's it. Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
We welcome you back to Bobcat Stadium, home of the Bluffton Bobcats, clad in their black and green and those shiny helmets.
Now you got to be careful now. They had one punt blocked already tonight.
4th down, and you think Bluffton might be coming with just 1:15 left. Back inside his own 15-yard line, Jordan Bates. Nope, they decide to set up the return instead. Bates kicking it into the rain. Gets a good bounce, rolls down to about the 31-yard line. And that's where the Bobcats will take over with 1:03 here left in the second quarter. New River Auto Mall has it all, over 1,000 vehicles at 12 dealerships in one location. NewRiverAutomall.com.
And that backfield led by Alex Davis, number 4, the quarterback. You got Smalls, 22, Javon Mack, 23, and 26, Laquan Washington. A lot of playmaker ability. Bob, I think they might be able to go try for a score with only a minute left.
Oh, absolutely. They're thinking touchdown here. As Alex Davis with Washington in the slot. Down at the bottom of the screen, you see Terrence Hayward, another one of their home run threats. Davis, the little shovel pass, gets it to Laquan Washington. Washington up to near the 40-yard line. Clock still running. Not quite a first down. See it again.
Watch number 4 come in and make a beautiful tackle from his defensive position. Michael Dixon comes up and makes a great open field tackle. You'll see him right there. See him chop his legs. Broke down. Beautiful positioning.
Davis working quickly. Gets it to Hayward. Hayward needs to get out of bounds and does so at about the 49. It'll be a first down with 32 seconds left. Come join us at the Salty Dog Cafe at the South Beach Marina or on Aire Road and get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-shirt Factory. Or you can get one anytime at saltydog.com.
Let's see if that offensive line can give Davis some time to throw.
1st and 10. He's got that time. They try to set up that middle screen again. They let the defensive lineman come through, but the throw a little bit behind Laquan Washington.
And they've seen that one too many times tonight, Bob.
Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry can diagnose and treat many types of sports injuries using minimally invasive techniques. WHHIorthopedics.com. 2nd and 10. Still they have almost 29 seconds. Plenty of time. 51 yards to go. They've already put 20 on the board here in the second quarter. Alex Davis off tackle, up across the 40, up across the 30, down to near the 20-yard line. A gain of about 30 and a TCL first down, Bobcats.
And the clock stops on the first down, gives them a chance to get over the ball. Probably just spike it right here. Or he could run a play. They've been known to run a play out of this. Takes a little longer than Beaufort wants to spot the ball. They're switching it. The clock stays stopped. That's a great play. It's like having a timeout.
Now Bluffton will set it up and put it on the ground, and I'm not.
I think that's a fumble.
It was called a fumble. How about that? The spike that doesn't spike. You got to have control of the ball. It's a fumble recovered by the Beaufort Eagles.
It came up too quick. He wasn't expecting it to come up. No. Quarterback had his hands there, but he wasn't ready to receive the snap. Hits his hands, and it shoots right back to the ground. And by that time, he kind of touches it, but that's not enough. He's downed it, but he hasn't.
Alex tried to sell it really hard. That that was a pass. I passed it that 1/8 of an inch there. 17 seconds left. Courtney Pyatt under center. Beaufort try something crazy here deep, or do they head into the locker room? There's going to be a procedure penalty. A lot of guys moving for the Eagles, and Pyatt throws it out of bounds. Pass was intended for Keaton Butler.
I thought we were back in the Canadian Football League there for a second, Bob.
Yeah.
One man went in motion, then the second man went in motion.
You can reach your peak at Lava 24 Fitness. Visit us on Hilton Head Island or at lava24.com. We'll give away the Lava 24 Fitness Most Valuable Player of the Game after this contest. Yeah, it's still very much up for grabs. As Bluffton's defensive signal caller tonight, TJ Ferguson, shouting over to the sidelines, what do you want us to do? Take the penalty or take the bad play? Illegal shift against Beaufort, and they will take the 5 yards. 10 seconds left in the first half. Armstrong State University offers in-state tuition for Beaufort and Jasper County residents. Go to armstrong.edu for more information. Big halftime show coming up, but we still got 10 seconds left on the clock. As Pyatt is going to have to fall on that one as he tried to hand it to Sherpinski, and Sherpinski wasn't ready for it. Yeah, he says, I was right there. You put the ball in my belly. And the clock runs out. We've played 24 minutes of football here at the Broad River Bowl, the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series. Bluffton leading Beaufort at halftime, 20-0.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Let's talk self-respect. Would you go out in public wearing this ridiculous hat? Maybe, but you shouldn't. Or this horrible shirt. Of course you wouldn't, because you know what self-respect is. So why aren't you going to TCL? College is for the strong. It's time to take that first step. TCL is the real college deal and a real way out. Don't believe me? Check it out, tcl.edu/now. TCL, it's working. What kind of person wears this?
Everywhere you go, you see Hilton Head Exterminators on the job. That's because as the area's first and largest pest control company, Hilton Head Exterminators is everywhere. Their commitment is to protect every home and business in the Lowcountry. Their presence supports their reputation for customer satisfaction. And every time you see a Hilton Head Exterminators vehicle, their tradition rolls on. Hilton Head Exterminators. Commitment, reputation, tradition.
Getting a job in healthcare is extremely competitive, and I knew I needed an edge.
I believe what gave me my confidence is the in-depth and thorough preparation from this program.
What I really love about this program is that I get to work with real patients and get hands-on experience.
Armstrong is a very close-knit community. I've gained friends, colleagues, and mentorships that are going to last a lifetime.
You're going to like the teachers, you're going to like the students, you're going to like the campus, you're going to like everything about it. I'm starting strong, and I'm hitting the ground running.
Bob Stevens along with Chuck Zapek, the New River halftime show. It has been all Bluffton, but not all Bluffton in the first half.
Well, we're shooting inside because it's raining outside, Bob, and we have a sort of like the fire alarm right here. Do you think it's time to have Coach Mark Clifford pull that fire alarm, maybe get a new quarterback in there?
You're the analyst, you tell me.
Well, I think they suffered from poor field position, and that hurt them a little bit. And then they got the punt that was blocked right after the first score, and they were able to pile up a couple points in a hurry. But I thought Beaufort played well in the first quarter. There wasn't any scoring, and it all kind of happened fast, which is how it usually happens with Bluffton. Bluffton has a lot of speed. They're able to get the ball to their speedsters in play, so they got a lot of room to make moves.
And are they as ravenous a team as you ever see when they get a turnover and get the ball rolling and get things headed their way? They scored 3 touchdowns in about a 6-minute span.
Well, that can happen to you, particularly when they run that no-huddle offense. So they come out in the spread. They're going to put a flex type of formation there, run the triple option at you, and they can even throw the ball downfield, as we saw. So they can score a lot of points in a hurry.
How does Beaufort get back in the game?
Well, I think Beaufort's got to play better defense. They got to be able to hold them when they get in bad field position. Offensively, if they can get a couple first downs, generate some offense. That Tukes really looks like a strong running back for him in the backfield. He's made some great efforts. If they get a couple first downs, that'll give them some momentum, give them some confidence. Then they got a chance to get back in the game.
20-0 Bluffton at halftime. Now the New River Auto Mall Drive of the Week.
Here's the Drive of the Week from the New River Auto Mall.
For 3 decades, Chrysler has pushed what's possible in a minivan, resulting in the most innovative and awarded minivan in its class. The versatile 2014 Chrysler Town & Country comes standard with a 3.6-liter V6 engine. This huge engine delivers 283 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Even more impressive is the standard interior amenities in the 2014 Chrysler Town & Country, which rival most luxury sedans. Test drive your 2014 Chrysler Town & Country today at Hilton Head Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, New River Auto Mall.
My father died at 45. I was 12.
When I first started practicing in healthcare in 1985,
patient have a heart attack would have little chance of survival.
Heart disease is still the #1 killer in this country.
This affects everyone. Audi Hilton Head is proud to be this year's legacy sponsor of the Heart Ball.
It's critical that we raise the funds we need to get the educational programs out there, to get the research done, so that soon no one dies from heart disease and stroke.
And welcome back to the New River Auto Mall halftime show here at Bluffton Bobcats Stadium, where at halftime the Bluffton Bobcats up 20-0 on top of the Beaufort Eagles. I'm Mike Covert of Covert Aire with Coach Adams, athletic director here at Bluffton High School. Coach, thanks for coming up here in the booth tonight. Wanted to ask you a couple things. We're up here in the booth again because of the rain. What do you, as an athletic director, what do you have to do to prepare the field and the facilities for bad weather coming in, both before the event and then afterwards, so you're not left with a mud pit out here?
Yeah, well, our field does pretty good. It's a very sandy base, so it really absorbs well. They did a great job with the crown on that thing. So the turf before the rain like this is not bad. They have a little more problem with the ball, keeping it dry and that kind of thing. Now after the game, we'll assess what is the damage or if there's any damage, and then getting back in and roll it real quick on Monday or Tuesday takes care of that.
Do you ever find yourself having to re-sod or reseed or overseed as we get into a little bit cooler weather?
You know, in the 11th year I'm here, we have never done that. Usually it happens in the spring after lacrosse or soccer, but in football season, the turf usually holds up pretty good.
Well, I think the only thing after that we need to do is get some air up here in the press box.
It is quite warm and muggy, even for a rainy night. It sure is.
There you go. Again, ladies and gentlemen, halftime here at Bobcat Stadium. Your Bluffton Bobcats on top of the Beaufort Eagles 20-0. We'll be right back with more from Bluffton, South Carolina on WHHI Sports TV.
I caulk to save money on my electric bills. He does it because, well, I guess because I do it. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative can teach you how to save energy and money at togetherwesave.com.
We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Shinsky of Hilton Head Hearing Services. Your hearing is important. Being able to hear your spouse, friends, and grandchildren improves the quality of your life. Hearing loss just does not affect the individual, but those around you. Family members, friends, and physicians have referred to Hilton Head Hearing Services for over 27 years. From hearing evaluations to treatment with the latest in hearing technology from Widex. I not only provide the highest quality of service, but also the highest quality product. Discover hearing by Widex and experience what many satisfied wearers already have. God bless you.
Failing septic systems pose public health and environmental threats on Hilton Head Island. Hilton Head PSD's sanitary sewer system safeguards our quality of life against these threats. Unfortunately, many families with failing septic systems struggle to make ends meet and cannot afford sewer connection. Project SAFE helps get them connected, benefiting our entire island in the long run. Project SAFE is a charitable fund of the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Your gift to Project SAFE is needed today. Please click on the Project SAFE link at hhpsd.com and make a real difference in Hilton Head's future.
You're watching the New River Auto Mall halftime show
on WHHI Sports.
Do you need to see a doctor today? Walk in to St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care.
We can treat almost any minor illness or injury at immediate care and without an appointment. So you can stay out of the hospital ER unless you really need it.
We accept most insurance, plus Medicare and Medicaid plans, Peach Care and TRICARE. Visit St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care in Savannah, Garden City, Pooler, Hinesville, Statesboro, and our newest Lowcountry location in Bluffton's Buckwalter Place.
For illness or injury, 7 days a week, the doctor will see you now.
At Beaufort Academy, we place emphasis first on academic success, but also on the whole child by encouraging participation in school sports and clubs.
The BA community offers a safe and nurturing environment. Beaufort Academy continues to be the best choice for our children.
With small class sizes, we make big impressions. Beaufort Academy is the reliable school of choice, educating young people for almost 50 years. BA, experience the difference firsthand.
Hi, I'm Colette Stevenson.
And I'm Tom Reed with the Hilton Head MLS.
Did you know that over the past year, our MLS members sold over $1.3 billion of Lowcountry property?
Search today for your dream home or ideal agent at HiltonHeadMLS.com or download the HHI MLS app.
Buyers act now. Most listings sell in 60 days. Sellers' inventories are low, so it's a great time to list as well.
On behalf of Hilton Head MLS members, we wish to show our support of local high school football. Play well this season.
Hi, I'm Chris Butler, owner of Butler Marine. We are your #1 dealer in the Lowcountry for boats, and we feature the largest indoor showroom in the Lowcountry. Butler Marine has a wide selection of new and used boats, including bow riders, skiffs, catamarans, and center consoles. We are the largest Key West dealer in the country and the largest Yamaha dealer in Beaufort County. With our large parts department, we have any part you need from Mercury, Suzuki, Yamaha. You can even come visit us online at butlermarineinc.com. Butler Marine, just over the bridge from downtown Beaufort.
Welcome back as we get ready for third quarter action. The rains have diminished here at Bluffton High School, the Broad River Bowl, with Bluffton on top of Beaufort 20-0. Bob Stevens along with Chuck Zapek, Mike Covert, Kayla Logue on a rainy night in the Lowcountry. That was made a little less wet for the Bluffton Bobcats by 20 second quarter points. 3 fairly quick touchdowns, taking advantage of turnovers and good field position. Jack Ernie kicking it off. Grabbed by one of the up men, Michael Dixon, the senior, and he brings it back to the 35-yard line, where it'll be first down for the Beaufort Eagles.
Bob, as you know, this is the second week in a row that Bluffton had to deal with inclement weather. They played in Effingham County in Georgia last year, where they lost. And in the rain, and they lost principally because of turnovers.
Yep, a tough time hanging on to the slick football. The slick football has really not been to blame for too much tonight. Pyatt puts it in the belly of Jeffrey Tooks, who goes off tackle and goes across the 40 to about the 44. They're going to spot it at the 43, bring up a 2nd and 2.
Look at him shake and bake in the backfield. He makes a man miss right there. That's unblocking it. Gets a nice trap block by number 69. He's able to lead the way for him. Dukes does the rest. Good job by Andrew Zuzuski, the 6'2", 230-pound senior, on that trap block.
So now a 2nd and 2 for Beaufort. It's really one of the few times all night they've had the advantage in a yardage situation, where they've really been able to do kind of whatever they want and not have it dictated by 3rd and long, 2nd and long, whatever. Now they're going to be 3rd and about 4 as Tooks is dropped for a 2-yard loss.
Well, this is classic Mark
Clifford
yep. Blocking. He goes for a double team on the defensive end. Unfortunately, defensive end splits the block and is able to make a tackle in the backfield.
TJ Ferguson making the stop. Expected to call his name more early in the game. The 212-pound junior. Now we've got flags flying everywhere. While the officials sort it out, we'll remind you that Covert Aire is a finalist for the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award. Congratulations to Mike Covert and staff for this prestigious nomination and for making the list as a finalist. We've got an offside call against Bluffton. Congratulations, Mike Covert, since you're here.
Well, thank you very much.
That's the acceptance speech already? I thought I was going to give you a chance to practice.
Well, you caught me off guard there. It is an honor, and for all the staff, I appreciate that, and it is a true honor.
It really is a terrific award that the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce gives every year to their Small Business of the Year. And Covert Aire, one of the finalists, with their great community involvement. Back to throw. Pyatt gets hit as he throws, gets it over the middle, throws it between his 2 receivers, Tooks and Javon Mack. And it will be now a 4th down. And short.
You get some inside pressure. That front line of Rashid, Rivers, Julian Lee,
Good job of hanging in, though, against the pressure. He went ahead and delivered the football, even though he had Bluffton Bobcats draped all over him. 2nd and 10, that's right. They got the first down on the penalty. Oh, Pyatt trying a little sleight of hand to get away from the original onslaught of defenders and get loose to be able to make a play, and he's caught in the backfield. There is a late flag.
Oh, they come with eight
Yeah.
players at the middle, 4 down linemen and 4 linebackers. There's nowhere to go.
Wait for the call here. Face mask against Bluffton. That's going to hurt him. Beaufort now in Bluffton territory.
For the
Maybe
first
for the
time.
first time tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. New River Auto Mall has it all. Over 1,000 vehicles at 12 dealerships in one location. NewRiverAutomall.com.
Look at them ganged up in the middle there, Bluffton Bobcats.
And they stopped Jawan Mack in a hurry.
They're just going man-to-man on the outside. Yep. You'll see that they lock down on the 2 wide receivers, and there's just no place to throw the football. Come with a blitz and go for a big loss.
Good defensive play there by Bluffton's Rashad Rivers.
For 2nd and 1, it goes to 3rd and 7.
Pyatt giving off to Sherpinski, trying to find some room up the middle, and he has been unable to find any daylight in this game. It'll bring up 4th down.
This is good coaching, good scouting by the Bluffton defensive coaches. They're shooting the gaps on everybody. So there's 8 gaps in an offensive line. They got every gap covered. They got 8 men up front, and everybody has an assignment, and that's the reason why you don't see anybody getting anywhere.
Back to punt, Jordan Bates. He has had 1 blocked in the game. Bluffton set up a return the last time they had an opportunity at a punt.
That was a shame. That was Beaufort's chance to get back in the football game with a first down at the Bluffton 45.
Yep, on the first possession of the 3rd quarter. Good punt, though, by Bates down inside the 20. Takes one more Beaufort hop, down to the 15-yard line. That's where the Bluffton Bobcats will take over. As we remind you, the Technical College of the Lowcountry, tcl.edu for enrollment information. TCL, it's working. Alex Davis has been working tonight. He has been a magician in the backfield with the football, other than that spike at the end of the first half.
Well, he's executing Ken Cribb's offense to perfection so far.
1st and 10 at their own 15. A great defensive play made in the middle, but he didn't have the football. A great job by Davis of faking me out. Gets it out to Laquan Washington.
Look at the play made by number 1, Jawan Mack. Watch this in the open field. Mack, who they think is their best player offensively and defensively, he comes down here, is able to beat the defensive offensive back, comes up and makes a hit in the open field. What a great tackle. Jawan Mack, number 1, the senior.
Raekwon Singleton and I both got caught by the fake there to the fullback. Now on 2nd and long, Davis swings it out and swings it over the head of his intended receiver. Was with Javon Mack, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long. Now curiously, Bluffton bringing in the big blocking back who scored their last touchdown. Eric Bryan, the fullback here. Davis rolls right, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Jack Ernie. Ernie has really not been a target much tonight. And again, Jawan Mack offering up the coverage for Beaufort.
Yeah, Mack's playing quite a game, both sides of the football field, and he's out there on special teams too. Number 1, you'll see him at the bottom of your picture, stays in coverage, he's in zone coverage, and reacts to the ball as they try to find Jack Ernie downfield.
So on 4th down, Ernie will go back into punt formation, back inside his own 5-yard line.
That's a big hold, Bob.
Yep. So Beaufort looking to get good field position. And maybe even better than that, Ernie back in his end zone is able to get it off.
Catch it. Oh, come on.
And it is grabbed by Keaton Butler, and Butler will be down at the 43-yard line, so great field position for Beaufort.
Well, Beaufort has a return on, and that's the reason why you don't see anybody coming up field. They all have the people blocking. You got to put one guy in there to get it, and in this case, you need somebody to field the punt in a hurry. Number 4 turned his back, didn't have a chance. Fortunately, he picks it up. Otherwise, it would have been another 5 or 6 yards in the roll. Got to catch those punts. Got to field them. You'll save a lot of field position by doing that.
Pyatt. Man in motion is Daquan Kaysen. The give is to Tooks. Tooks trying to find some room on the right side, but the Beaufort defensive line will give him none of it. 69 Andres Nava making a great play defensively.
Once the linebacker comes up there and stands up number 10 in the backfield, he makes a great play for Bluffton. That was number 11, Sheldon Smith, coming up, making the play on the edge.
2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. Trying to get some momentum going here early in the second half. Pyatt swings it out to Keaton Butler, who catches it but only picks up about 3. And it'll be 3rd down as limping off the field. Oh boy, another Bluffton defensive back, Tavon Bragg, who had that interception earlier in the game.
It's just a cramp. But he makes a nice play in the open field here, reads the pass, little play action. Not too much deception there, and he came up and made the play.
So 3rd and 9 for the Beaufort Eagles. This time in the shotgun. Pyatt. Looked like it slipped a little bit as he tried to throw it, and it is intercepted. What a catch on the tipped ball by Bluffton's defensive back, Killen Jenkins. The free safety, the 172-pound senior on a tipped ball. See who gets the tip here. That's number 2, Colin Roach, tips it. Jenkins comes up with a terrific catch over on the sideline. And Bluffton has a turnover, and Alex Davis putting his helmet on, getting back in to run the offense.
Kalen Jenkins makes a nice catch. Almost out of bounds there, but he's able to turn the ball over for Bluffton.
Now rolling right. Davis, all the time in the world, going to tuck it and run. Slides at the 30. Well, there's some NFL quarterbacks who could learn from Alex Davis how to get down. Just slide in there and live to fight another day.
Well, the rules are you can't hit the quarterback when he slides feet forward.
Right.
So when he goes feet forward, now he couldn't help himself.
Right.
So you did roll over him. But that's a good slide. Safe slide.
2nd and 8. Bluffton 3 and out on their first series of the second half. This one a catch by Ernie. He's got 1st down yardage up near the 45. That's Jack Ernie's first catch of the game. Ernie, one of the Lowcountry 11, had a touchdown catch against Battery Creek.
Nice throw by Alex Davis. Ernie comes back for it, uses his 6'4" frame to cradle it. I think we're going to be seeing him in college someday.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
East Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Davis. Is it picked off and coming back the other way? It's Andrew Jazeski. Jazeski's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Eagles.
Oh, my. We got a game. Oh, he cramped up at the end.
But he got into the end zone, and that cramp doesn't hurt.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, yeah, but not nearly as much.
What
the lineman's dream.
They run it. 69 makes a great read, comes in, steps in front of the intended receiver, and now he's off to the races, and he's just got a, I don't know, what do you call that, a pack, a posse? He's got something in front of him. And then it gets right to the end and cramps up. Right? Oh, that's too bad.
So Andrew Jazeski gets the touchdown. We've got a quick timeout on the field before the extra point to attend to Jazuski. We'll take a quick timeout as well here. It's 5:40 left in the third, now 20-6, Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Times have changed on Hilton Head Island since the early 70s, but one thing that has never gone out of style is customer service and great Michelin tires. At Island Tire and Automotive Services, we go the extra mile to help our customers, from our certified friendly technicians to comfortable waiting areas, Wi-Fi, and great coffee. And along with great service, we proudly offer the high performance of Michelin tires. It's good to know
some things never change.
Have you been in the zone? Sports Zone is the area's complete source for sporting goods and apparel. Their selection of sports equipment covers everything you need for football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Plus the latest in apparel to make you look your best. Sports Zone is also the place for teams. From uniforms to trophies, embroidered items, banners, and more. Sports Zone has it all at competitive prices. Stop by 12 Johnson Way off Route 46 near the post office in Bluffton or call 837-ZONE. Get it in the zone. Sports Zone.
We are back in Bluffton. Beaufort has scored a touchdown from the defense. Big turnover, interception, return touchdown by Andrew Jazuski, the senior. And now on for the extra point, Will Durbin, the sophomore.
This is an important kick.
Really is. Down 20-6. Important for the sophomore to get a little confidence as well. He had a field goal attempt blocked earlier. Kicks this one low and wide to the left. So the extra point no good with 5:40 left in the third quarter. Bluffton leading Beaufort 20-6.
On WHHI Sports TV.
H&H Auto Service and H&H Auto Body are deeply rooted in our community. Our friends became our customers, and our customers become our friends. H&H has earned a reputation for dedication to their customers. All collision and mechanical repairs to servicing your tires. H&H will take care of you.
We are completely committed to every client, sales and service. And communication is key.
I invite you to see why so many people trust H&H. After all, you are driving our reputation.
Little life over on the Beaufort side of the field for the first time in the game. They got inside midfield just once in the first half, but here in the second half they've had a couple of opportunities and have really won the field position battle, and that set them up for Jazuski's interception return for a touchdown to make it 20-6.
You know, Bob, I think what's having an effect on the game right now is also the condition of the field. We've had rain pretty steadily all throughout the game. It makes it a little bit lower, and it kind of is a great equalizer so that the team that's not quite as fast as you is able to catch up. And that's what I think we're seeing happening.
Will Durbin with the kickoff, end over end, grabbed at the 30 by one of the upbacks, and he brings it out to the 45 near midfield. Bluffton's going to have great field position to begin this drive.
We've seen this guy before. He's their special team player. Number 33.
Derby Smalls plays a lot of linebacker on defense and then takes this one back about 15 yards.
Yeah, nice catch. Doesn't allow the ball to roll.
I think he's campaigning for a little running back in that Thunder package. I'd like to have a little piece of that, huh? 1st and 10. Alex Davis giving to Diaze Smalls, and Smalls busts it up to the 40-yard line. That'll be a TCL first down for Bluffton. Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry can diagnose and treat many types of sports injuries using minimally invasive techniques. HHIorthopedics.com.
Oh, good job that time by number 72 leading the way downfield. That was Carson Boyles.
Now Davis pulls the ball out of the belly of his fullback at the last moment and decides to keep it and turns it into almost a 5-yard gain. Again, great sleight of hand by Alex Davis.
Well, this is where it pays off having some depth. They got some new offensive linemen in there, and what linemen that they do have who played all game are not playing defense. So it's going to show up a little bit to wear down that defense of the Beaufort Eagles.
Again out of the shotgun. Whoops, little mishandled ball in the backfield. grabbed by Bluffton, and bringing it around the end is Cameron Bent. Bent, though, is stopped back at the 49 of Beaufort.
Wow, that was really dangerous.
Yeah.
Hitting the backfield.
Whoops.
Great job. 51 forces a fumble, and they almost come up with a recovery there. Great job. The hit in the backfield was on the defense. That was Andrew Smythe. Is it Smythe or Smith? Smith with a Y? All right, Andrew Smith. Spells it with a Y rather than an I. The senior, 6 feet, 205 pounds, forced the fumble.
3rd and long for the Bluffton Bobcats. They've had a 3-and-out and an interception return for a touchdown here in the second half. Alex Davis keeps this one, gets almost back to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 40. But it'll bring up a 4th and 11. Now they're going to back it up to the 43. 4th and about 13 for Bluffton.
Well, Smith almost had another sack playing the backfield.
Come join us at the Salty Dog Cafe at the South Beach Marina or on Arrow Road. Get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-shirt Factory or anytime at saltydog.com.
This is where you can see the fatigue setting in for the Beaufort Eagles. Watch them when they put their hands on their hips.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell, or their knees, and that's when you can tell they're starting to get winded. Fresh bodies come on to punt the ball for Bluffton.
Bluffton thought about going for it, but then Jack Ernie goes back to kick it, tries to kill it inside the 5, and it rolls into the end zone, just trickling into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. It'll be first down for the Beaufort Eagles with a little momentum on their side now, down 20-6.
WHHI Sports TV.
Duck hunting season is in full swing.
Now is the time for a Covert Aire maintenance and tune-up safety inspection. We cover all types of heating and air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration repair.
Bagged one.
And duck cleaning. We're out hunting duck everywhere from Kiowa to Hilton Head to right here in Bluffton. So if there's a problem in your neck of the woods, give us a call 24/7. Complete customer satisfaction is not only our goal, it's our business.
Sitting in a tree, a kiwi waving back at me. Honey, won't you be the salty dog? Oh, salty dog, oh, salty dog. You sly as a fox, you salty dog. Down the South Beach, sitting by the dog, singing a song about a salty dog. Honey, won't you be the salty dog?
Quick pitch.
First down at their own 20. Beaufort trying to make a run here in the second half. Jeffrey Tooks off tackle for a couple.
Yeah, Mark Clifford staying with the ground game inside, trying to get that double down on the defensive end. You see on an instant replay, the tight end blocks down on the tackle. They get a double team, get a little bit of push, but there's just too many bodies there to really open up a big hole.
But we have seen them before tonight bust that play loose off tackle. Reach your peak at Lava 24 Fitness. Visit us on Hilton Head Island or at lava24.com.
That offensive line, 52, Tyler Rentz, at left tackle, leading the way for him tonight.
Back from the shotgun this time. Pyatt now running for his life and throwing it in the general direction of his head coach, Mark Clifford, out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Armstrong State University offers in-state tuition for Beaufort and Jasper County residents. Go to armstrong.edu for more information.
A lot of pressure being brought up the middle by the Bluffton defense. I mean, they're just going to keep coming with it until they do something other than they got to try something a little bit different. What usually you do the remedy to a blitz up the middle is a quick pitch, but they run out of these tight backs. They really don't have the back split where you can get the ball in the corner quickly. Oh, that'll help
Tooks
too.
going around the end, 25-30, 35-40, knocked out of bounds there, but that'll be good enough for a first down for Beaufort. They got Jeffrey Tooks in some open space. A TCL first down for the Eagles.
Well, if you can't pitch it to him, hand it to him. That's what I always say, Bob.
just get it to him. Get it to
Nice
your
block
playmakers
here.
in
Wow,
space.
what a block. Number 10 makes a great block there in the
That's
corner.
Sherpinski, yeah.
Yeah, Sherpinski, and gives Tooks his opportunity to make his best run of the night. Knocked out his mouth guard came flying out on that. That's how hard it was hit.
Big hit by Kylan Jenkins for the Bobcats.
They got 99 on the field now as a wingback. A little different set here.
And we've got a whistle. Mark Clifford, I think, called a timeout before they snapped it. Not sure all of the right numbers guys were in there. We've got a timeout called on the field. An Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry timeout with Bluffton hanging on to a 20-6 lead over Beaufort.
On WHHI Sports TV.
There's something new in Bluffton.
It's the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet, where we sell Chevy right.
We stock Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to give you the selection you want. We price Chevy right at Rickenbaugh, so you'll be as confident about your deal as your Chevy. We service Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to keep your Chevy and our reputation going strong.
So come see what's new in Bluffton. The all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet. We sell Chevy right.
Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet in Bluffton, Highway 278 at University Parkway.
Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry is a group of highly acclaimed orthopedic surgeons and specialists that help patients live a pain-free life. Whether you have a sports injury, damaged knees or hips, shoulder problems, arthritis, sprains, or strains, they will work with you to determine a treatment plan best suited for your health and lifestyle. Trust Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry to get you back to work, to family, and to doing the things you love. Find them at either of their 2 locations or online at HHIorthopedics.com.
On 1st and 10, Jeffrey Tooks going up the middle for about 4 hard-earned yards against this Bluffton defense.
Well, I called it, Bob. They ran, we didn't see it in time, but they ran the exact same play that they got on the big gainer here. Here you'll see they bring in 99 to do a block down on the tight end. You can see the double there. They move.
Raekwon Singleton is the big guy, 99. Yep.
And Julian Lee got blown out of there. They got him back in there. Looks like that's their game plan. They're going to bring the hammer, 99.
Yeah, now he's lined up as a tight end on 2nd down. The give again to Tooks. Gets up to near the 45. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
I want to tell you, that's some tough running by Tooks. What an effort. Jeffrey Tooks, number 32. He's only a junior. And as you said, he's, what, 135, 136 pounds? That's some tough running inside, Bob.
Again, 850 yards last year as a sophomore, and he's going to get the carry the mail a lot for the Eagles this year. 3rd and 5. Big play for Beaufort to keep momentum alive. Hit as he throws and almost completes it anyway. Courtney Pyatt was hit just as he let go of the ball. DeQuan Kaysen couldn't come up with it, and it'll bring up a 4th down for Beaufort.
Yeah, DeQuan Kaysen running a slant pattern from his wide receiver position. Had the quarterback, Courtney Pyatt, had a little bit more time, he probably could have completed the pass or had a better opportunity to do it.
Ken Cribb doing a little extra pacing on the sideline for Bluffton. They had all the momentum in the 2nd quarter, but the 3rd quarter has been all Eagles.
And this Broad River Bowl's turned into quite the game, Bob.
Turned it into a good one. 1:03 left in the 3rd. We've still got a 4th quarter to come. Beaufort back in punt formation, and now it looks like they're going to have to call a timeout. Nope, delay of game against the Eagles. They'll save that timeout, cost themselves 5 yards. Still be 4th down. H&H Auto, Hilton Head's #1 place for service, collision repair, and sales. HNHautoservice.com. Now back at his own 25. Jordan Bates. And we've got some movement before the snap. That's going to cost Beaufort another 5. So whatever good field position they had picked up on the great run by Jeffrey Tooks is being given back by 5-yard penalties here late in the drive.
Well, the fatigue is setting in.
Yeah.
And that's when that's when, as Vince Lombardi said, fatigue causes more errors than anything.
You had a great piece of trivia involving Vince Lombardi. We'll talk about here in just a moment.
Yep.
Folks, you can win bar bets with what you're going to hear from my man here in just a moment. Another blocked punt. Going back toward the Beaufort end zone. Bates is just going to fall on it. And Bluffton's going to have the football at the Beaufort 2. Boy, there is a momentum killer for sure.
Well, as we spoke about earlier in the game, the difference between a 4A and 3A team eventually gets down to special teams, simply because you got fresher bodies out there. Here's a missed block. He jumps over the potential block. The up back is leapt over by the defender who blocks the punt, and it's recovered down on the 2-yard line.
Bluffton scored after the first block punt. That was back in the second quarter when they put 3 touchdowns on the board in about a 6-minute span. Alex Davis went in from the 4-yard line for a touchdown to make it 14-0. We've got an injured Bluffton Bobcat down on the field. That's Rashad Rivers, who's made some great defensive plays, the senior linebacker.
I think it was Rivers who came on the corner and made the block.
Yeah. While they attend to him, we'll take an Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry timeout. 20-6, Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
It's 2 a.m. Mr. Fuzz Fuzz wants to sleep. And so do you. But suddenly you think, did you put gas in the car? Did you pay the electric bill? Nuts. How are you going to pay rent this month? You can work extra shifts. Does the boogeyman exist? Hold it. Why are you working your whole life just to get by? What about what you want to do? TCL can help. Apply free and get a real job with real pay. Make it happen at tcl.edu/now. Because at TCL, it's working.
Coming off the field under his own power, even had a smile on his face there for just a moment. Bluffton's Rashad Rivers.
You might have a smile on your face too if you blocked that punt, Bob.
I certainly would. Didn't get any of those. First down at the 2, Alex Davis. Handing it off, the inside handoff, and the touchdown by Laquan Washington. Washington goes in for 6. We've got a late flag. It'll be a little taunting either against Washington or against the defender for Beaufort. They both had a few words going on. And now Washington is getting a little lecture, so the penalty is probably against him. But he gets into the end zone with just under a minute left in the third quarter. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Laquan Washington. But let's watch the inside handoff from Davis that makes it happen. Good forward push by the Bluffton offensive line.
Tyler
for
Rentz.
the touchdown. Yep.
52, Tyler Rentz. 6'1", 250 pounds. He's a senior. Made a great play. Stayed with the defensive end. Drove him back into the end zone, and that allowed the back to maneuver himself for the touchdown.
Jack Ernie on for the extra point. We have not had an extra point kick made in this game. Bluffton made a 2-point conversion. Ernie had his last kick blocked. This one is kind of a wobbler, and that wounded duck misses wide left. We still haven't had an extra point made in the game. 50 seconds left in the third quarter, though. Bluffton now on top, 26-6.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Everywhere you go, you see Hilton Head Exterminators on the job. That's because as the area's first and largest pest control company, Hilton Head Exterminators is everywhere. Their commitment is to protect every home and business in the Lowcountry. Their presence supports their reputation for customer satisfaction. And every time you see a Hilton Head Exterminators vehicle, their tradition rolls on. Hilton Head Exterminators. Commitment, reputation, tradition.
I'd like to attain a career in music and travel around the country with a liberal arts degree from Armstrong.
Armstrong has made me more valuable to my employer.
I feel very excited about my future, and I feel as though Armstrong did prepare me.
I applied to an internship in the World Trade Center Dublin. It was an amazing experience. I learned so much.
It's developing me as an artist. It's allowing me to edit my own photos if I need to. It's teaching me about the art side. It's teaching me about the business side. I'm not just getting a degree, I'm being noticed.
Beaufort Eagle cheerleaders on the far sideline trying to recapture some momentum. Beaufort had the momentum throughout the third quarter until the blocked punt and then a one-play touchdown drive by the Bobcats, and they're back on top 26-6. Jack Ernie pops up the kick, again short, this time taken by Mack, 45 to midfield. Into Bluffton territory. He's finally gang tackled down at about the 43-yard line. But again, good field position for the Beaufort Eagles.
Yeah, coming into tonight's game, we were told about Mack being an all-purpose type of player, offense, defense, and special teams. He shows us a lot of talent right here. The senior fields the ball cleanly, heads upfield right into the teeth of the coverage, and is able to break 2 or 3 tackles. And then he finally swarmed down to the ground. Great effort by number 1, Jawan Mack.
Eagles set up in the shotgun. Pyatt fakes the inside handoff, goes over the middle. Kaysen can't hang on at the 35. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The ball was tipped, and that's the reason why I got off course a little bit. The slanting end here, you'll see.
Yeah, might have got just a piece of it. Yep.
They hit him in the shoulder pad and bounced off.
2nd and 10 Eagles. Trying not to fall to 0-2. But of course, knowing that region play is coming up. Bobcats already at 0-2. They're trying for their first win, at least in the books this year.
There goes.
Give to Jeffrey Tooks, right up the middle, inside the 35 to about the 33. Close to first down yardage.
Coach Mark Clifford has some players here. I want to tell you.
He's got some young players. He has a very small junior class. Jeffrey Tooks, one of the only juniors that plays a lot. A lot of seniors, but then you go down to sophomores and freshmen. A TCL first down for the Eagles.
Mark Clifford in his 11th season as head coach of Beaufort High School. 83-36 is his record all time.
Tooks again dances for some yardage. Inside the 30, down to near the 25. Gain of about 7. Bring up a 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about a jitterbug, Bob. Wow. Look at this move here. Gets a good block inside, makes a couple people miss. Puts his hand out, does a little straight arm. What an effort by Jeffrey Tooks.
We have played 3 quarters here in the Broad River Bowl, the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series. Bluffton leading Beaufort 26-6 as we head to the 4th.
On WHHI Sports TV.
You're watching the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series
on WHHI Sports.
I caulk to save money on my electric bills. He does it because, well, I guess because I do it. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative can teach you how to save energy and money at togetherwesave.com.
We are Palmetto Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner.
So that's it?
That's it.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
We are back in Bluffton, 26-6. Bobcats lead. And just after the snap, a whistle blows.
Yeah, a little illegal procedure. right offensive tackle.
Yep.
Started a little soon. That's a shame. They're hurting themselves, Bob.
Yeah, they've had penalties now on 3 plays. You see Shamik Blackshear, bothered by a sprained knee, hopes to be back in the lineup soon.
Is he texting Mike Covert? Is that what he's doing right now?
He might be. They might be chatting.
A little tweeting.
Little tweeting going on.
Yeah, I've got some inside information, a little tweet action going on.
Second down for Beaufort. Pyatt throws it up. It's a 50-50 ball. Jawan Mack cannot come down with it. Neither can the Bluffton defender, who comes down with a cramp. It's a warm, muggy night.
Great play. Tavon Bragg comes down with the cramp.
That's the second time he has been bothered by cramps in this game.
Yeah. Bob, you know the answer to cramps, don't you?
Absolutely.
Apple cider vinegar.
Of course.
A little acetic acid, 5%. I think we're going to take a break now.
Yeah, the Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry want a little timeout. We've got 5 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's 26-6 Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Manning, owner of Service Master of Beaufort County. Our family has served the Lowcountry for over 20 years, specializing in fire, mold, water, cleanup, and restoration.
When disaster strikes, we guarantee to put your home or business back together.
I'm here to process documents and communicate with your insurance carrier. When disaster strikes your home or business, call Service Master of Beaufort County. Our customers' satisfaction is our future.
H&H Auto Service and H&H Auto Body are deeply rooted in our community. Our friends became our customers, and our customers become our friends. H&H has earned a reputation for dedication to their customers. All collision and mechanical repairs to servicing your tires. H&H will take care of you.
We are completely committed to every client, sales and service.
And communication is key.
I invite you to see why so many people trust H&H. After all, you are driving our reputation.
Beaufort with the football, third down, trying to make something happen here late in the game, and quarterback Courtney Pyatt is snowed under in his own backfield, the loss of a couple.
He fumbles the snap here a little bit. This was going to go to Tukes. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it to him. He tried to read the linebacker, and the read was a little too late. That's too bad.
He was reading a little close up. He had to take the glasses off. The linebacker was on top of him when he tried to make that read.
They're going to go for it.
You bet. Fourth down by 3 scores. Big play here for Beaufort, trying to keep things going. Recapture some of the momentum that they've held for much of this second half. Pyatt has some time to throw, tries to check it across the middle to Jawan Mack, but it's incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs to the Bluffton Bobcats. Keeping Lowcountry homes and businesses bug-free for nearly 50 years, HiltonHeadExterminators.com. And Mike Reichenbach Chevrolet, the Lowcountry's newest Chevy dealer. We sell Chevy right.
Well, defensive coordinators for Bluffton High School has to be very happy tonight.
Yeah.
Couple threats here, they've been able to turn them around.
They've done a great job on defense. The offense has sputtered a bit, believe it or not, for a team that's got 26 on the board. They've taken advantage of some short fields and some great positions put into them by the defense and special teams. Diaze Smalls picking up just a yard there. It'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock continues to roll, and now it becomes the friend of the Bluffton Bobcats. Rain has stopped. Really hasn't rained at all here in the second half. Poured pretty good late first quarter, early second quarter. Give up the middle for first down yardage is Diaze Smalls, the 146-pound junior, carrying some Beaufort Eagles with him.
Well, it's a tired defense, but you have to give some credit to that offensive line of the Bobcats, doing a good job inside, particularly the right guard for Bluffton. That would be Dylan Wilson, and then Charlie Campbell, the right tackle, 56.
1st and 10 at the 44. Ooh, bad snap. Davis falls on it, back in his own backfield. Loss of 8. Bring up a 2nd and 18.
Well, not as many miscues for Bluffton as they had last week, evidently, against Effingham. But there's been enough here. This is just a little high snap.
Yep. Davis took his eye off the ball for just a moment. 2nd and a long 18. Jack Ernie now moves in from the wide receiver spot to a tight end position as they shift the formation. A lot of movement going on in the Bluffton backfield. Davis tried to sucker him in on throwing deep and then tuck the ball and run, but only picks up a couple. Good defensive play there by Raekwon Singleton.
He was looking to throw the ball to Ernie. Ernie moved in from his wide receiver position into a tight end position, and he was going to try to hit him on a quick slant over the middle after he faked the ball to his fullback.
Now Alex Davis on 3rd and 15. Big time for Beaufort to make a stop if they want to stay in this. Davis checking with the sidelines. Wanted to see that signal again. And now we've got Smalls moving a little before the snap, and there's going to be a flag for illegal motion. Davis trying to make a little something out of it. Yep, illegal motion against Bluffton. We want to congratulate Mike Covert and his staff at Covert Aire for being named a finalist for the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award. A prestigious nomination. They are finalists for Small Business of the Year for their great community support. We're glad to have them with us here on our coverage of Lowcountry High School football, the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series.
Well, we got a player going both ways now for Beaufort.
Oh, we got a bunch of them going both ways.
Tyler Rentz, number 52, is in a defensive tackle. He's their starting right tackle, going both ways right now.
So on a 4th and 17, as they decline the motion penalty and take the play, it'll force Ernie to punt from his own 25.
They got the return on.
Opportunity for Beaufort with a good player in space to maybe make something happen, but it is fair caught by Keaton Butler, as he has done all night. Beaufort Eagles will take over on their own side of the 50, but with the football and plenty of time left on the clock. Go to tcl.edu for enrollment information at Technical College of the Lowcountry. TCL, it's working.
Still a game here, Bob.
Absolutely. Beaufort needs to make something happen with a bit of urgency. They keep pounding the line, keep trying to make that home run play. They've had a couple of singles and doubles, and at that time, that's almost more like a strikeout as Tooks is nailed in the backfield. 2nd and 10.
Well, they haven't had much success throwing the ball downfield.
No.
So they stay with a crossbuck action out of a split T formation.
But about 1 out of every 5 or 6 times, it works and picks up a big gain, and they're just trying to hit on the right combination. The offensive line makes the blocks properly, like Vince Lombardi and those 7 blocks of granite.
That's right,
They can
Lombardi.
make something happen. We got a little trivia involving the great one coming up in just a moment. Swinging it out is Pyatt to Butler, who ducks one tackler, gets up to the 40 and across the 40 for a first down for the Beaufort Eagles.
Yeah, nice catch and throw. This was actually go in the book as a lateral. You see the quarterback throws back behind him. And he came able to make a nice catch and move it forward for a Beaufort first down.
Now the Eagles give it to Tooks. He is caught back in the backfield for a loss of 2. Let's tell the Vince Lombardi story now.
Well,
all right.
You mentioned that you have a daughter at Fordham.
That's true. Great football, legendary history. Lombardi and the 7 blocks of granite. You played for Joe Paterno, who was coached by Vince Lombardi in what, high school,
CYO.
right? CYO ball.
CYO. Vince was a coach at Fordham in Brooklyn, and Joe Paterno. I guess Vince had to do some coaching at the CYO to make ends meet, and one of his players was Joe Paterno.
In basketball.
Basketball.
That's where the trivia is.
Yeah.
Joe Paterno
didn't wear
played
his
for Vince Lombardi, played basketball for him. All right, in all of that, we have missed a great defensive play made by Kylan Jenkins as Pyatt let it fly, and Jenkins does a good job of fighting off Keaton Butler for the football. He also had to fight off his own defensive back, Colin Roach. And it's first down for Bluffton after the Beaufort turnover.
That kind of seals the deal, Bob. 26-6, down 3 scores.
Unless Bluffton puts it right back on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Beaufort to jump. Explain that call offensively. Explain what Bluffton was trying to do.
Well, they're just trying to get you to go off sides by run up over the ball. It's a trick play. Now, the reason why he ran it this late into the game is that the coach had nothing to lose. But what he did was he just put every other team they're playing this year on alert. And this is the
Ken Cribb does this,
yeah,
doesn't he?
Cribb's is very, it's a tactical play. Every team that plays the rest of the year is going to be ready for that play to run up over the ball and see. There it goes.
There it is again, 1st and 5. Big bunch formation.
And they run a
Gives
sweep.
it to Laquan Singleton. And Singleton gets a first down. Ball comes loose, but it was after Singleton, Washington rather.
It's funny
Washington
you mentioned Joe Paterno and Vince Lombardi on that play, but if you go back and look at that two-tight offense, they just ran the Green Bay sweep. Look at it. Watch this. It's the Green Bay sweep.
Yeah, there you go. Except there were too many backs involved in blocking, and there was not. I didn't see Jerry Kramer pulling.
You're right. They didn't pull, but they do run the Green Bay sweep with wing backs, and that's what they did then. They ran a sweep with wing backs. So you didn't need to pull your offensive guards.
Holding call against Bluffton will back them up.
That's an old play Syracuse used to run with Ben Schwartzwalder. He used to run that play, too.
Yeah, he had a guy named Jim Brown who could carry the mail for him, or Ernie Davis. He had a couple of guys who could do the running part of that. They're going to do this whole series out of this formation. Show you lots of different options. This time, the give is to, that's number 23 for Bluffton. That would be Javon Mack. Mack able to pick his hole, either go inside or outside of the block by Jack Ernie. He decides to go inside. 2nd and long. Now Davis keeps himself. Good defensive play there by the Beaufort defense. Making the play there, number 33, Tim Clark, a sophomore linebacker. It'll be 3rd down. See if they keep it going the whole series. They've shown you 3 different plays, 3 different options off of that formation.
Well, it's also an offense to kill the time. You're running the ball. You got everybody in there close. You're just doing a handoff. Everything's sealed off on the inside, so you can't get any linebackers or anybody come blitzing up the middle. It's such a tight formation.
Protect the football. That's the key here for Bluffton. Rarely does he go under center like that. The swing out to Washington, who gets up to near the 40. There is a flag down on the play. New River Auto Mall. They have it all at New River Auto Mall. Over 1,000 vehicles at 12 dealerships in one location. NewRiverAutomall.com. Movement just before the snap. And Alex Davis, yep, there's the movement forward before the snap. And the illegal motion will bring him back 5 yards.
Well, Alex Davis is the player that makes this offensive go. It's obvious, Bob. His accuracy and arm strength is much better than we've seen in years prior to this. He's very athletic, as we saw as a runner and as a passer. He's elusive. He has great speed.
Now, a bit of the Thunder package. You've got A.J. Ferguson, a defensive end, and behind him, Sheldon Smith, 2 guys who play defense, kind of playing defense in the offensive backfield. Davis, kind of a jump pass, comes up short at midfield. And it'll bring up a 4th down. But Bluffton runs a good 2.5 minutes off the clock. We're under 5 minutes left in the game. The Bobcats on top by 20.
Well, Ken Cribb's very inventive. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Chip Kelly when he was a coach at Oregon. and went on and is now the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Use your people in a lot of different ways, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jack Ernie. Back to punt inside his own 10-yard line. Beaufort going to try to set up the return. Bit off the side of Ernie's foot. It rolls over near the sideline. Finally picked up by Keaton Butler. And he goes out of bounds. 4:43 left of the fourth. We will take a break. The Orthopedic Associates of the Lowcountry bring it to you here on WHHI Sports.
Duck hunting season is in full swing. Now is the time for a Covert Aire maintenance and tune-up safety inspection. We cover all types of heating and air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration repair.
Bagged one.
And duck cleaning. We're out hunting duck everywhere from Kiowa to Hilton Head to right here in Bluffton. So if there's a problem in your neck of the woods, give us a call 24/7. Complete customer satisfaction is not only our goal, it's our business.
Everywhere you go, you see Hilton Head Exterminators on the job. That's because as the area's first and largest pest control company, Hilton Head Exterminators is everywhere. Their commitment is to protect every home and business in the Lowcountry. Their presence supports their reputation for customer satisfaction. And every time you see a Hilton Head Exterminators vehicle, their tradition rolls on. Hilton Head Exterminators. Commitment, reputation, tradition.
H&H Auto Service and H&H Auto Body are deeply rooted in our community. Our friends became our customers, and our customers become our friends. H&H has earned a reputation for dedication to their customers. All collision and mechanical repairs to servicing your tires. H&H will take care of you.
We are completely committed to every client, sales and service.
And communication is key.
I invite you to see why so many people trust H&H. After all, you are driving our reputation.
Do you need to see a doctor today? Walk in to St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care.
We can treat almost any minor illness or injury at immediate care and without an appointment. So you can stay out of the hospital ER unless you really need it.
We accept most insurance, plus Medicare and Medicaid plans, Peach Care and TRICARE. Visit St. Joseph's Candler Immediate Care in Savannah, Garden City, Pooler, Hinesville, Statesboro, and our newest Lowcountry location in Bluffton's Buckwalter Place.
For illness or injury, 7 days a week, the doctor will see you now.
At Beaufort Academy, we place emphasis first on academic success, but also on the whole child by encouraging participation in school sports and clubs.
The BA community offers a safe and nurturing environment. Beaufort Academy continues to be the best choice for our children.
With small class sizes, we make big impressions. Beaufort Academy is the reliable school of choice, educating young people for almost 50 years. BA, experience the difference firsthand.
Beaufort with the ball a yard into Bluffton territory. Jeffrey Tooks bounces outside. Playing the short side of the field, gets down inside the 40 to the 39, close to first down yardage. We'll see where they spot the ball. This may require a measurement.
This has been their most successful play all day, all night long, Bob. Getting the ball to Tooks and having the fullback ahead of him just pinned down the defensive end, and he runs to the outside.
It is a TCL first down. The Broad River Bowl in its final 4 minutes and change. Beaufort trying for a miracle rally. Tooks inside, picks up about 3. Come join us at the Salty Dog Cafe at the South Beach Marina or on Arrow Road and get your Salty Dog t-shirt at the Salty Dog T-Shirt Factory or anytime at saltydog.com.
Well, Bob, one thing about playing here in Bluffton, it certainly does have a positive school spirit and brings the parents together along with the other students here on the campus. And certainly there's a lot of support for the cheerleaders and the band members here tonight in Bluffton.
Pyatt over the middle. Mack, the intended receiver, just off his fingertips, down inside the 30-yard line.
But they have an excellent booster club here with the Bobcats, and they're able to raise money. So that's important.
Absolutely.
But it's a small community here in Beaufort County, and we have 2 of the leading football teams playing tonight, and it certainly gives an opportunity for us to appreciate the players down on the field.
And down on the field is Jawan Mack, the senior, We've got a timeout on the field, and Orthopedics Associates of the Lowcountry. Stoppage of play, 26-6, Beaufort, or Bluffton.
On WHHI Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Colette Stevenson.
And I'm Tom Reed with the Hilton Head MLS.
Did you know that over the past year, our MLS members sold over $1.3 billion of Lowcountry property?
Search today for your dream home or ideal agent at HiltonHeadMLS.com or download the HHI MLS app.
Buyers act now. Most listings sell in 60 days. Sellers' inventories are low, so it's a great time to list as well.
On behalf of Hilton Head MLS members, we wish to show our support of local high school football. Play well this season.
Hi, I'm Chris Butler, owner of Butler Marine. We are your #1 dealer in the Lowcountry for boats, and we feature the largest indoor showroom in the Lowcountry. Butler Marine has a wide selection of new and used boats, including bow riders, skiffs, catamarans, and center consoles. We are the largest Key West dealer in the country and the largest Yamaha dealer in Beaufort County. With our large parts department, we have any part you need from Mercury, Suzuki, Yamaha. You can even come visit us online at butlermarineinc.com. Butler Marine, just over the bridge from downtown Beaufort.
Times have changed on Hilton Head Island since the early 70s, but one thing that has never gone out of style is customer service and great Michelin tires. At Island Tire and Automotive Services, we go the extra mile to help our customers, from our certified friendly technicians to comfortable waiting areas, Wi-Fi, and great coffee. And along with great service, we proudly offer the high performance of Michelin tires. It's good to know.
Some things never change.
So that's it?
That's it.
Oh, we're all done?
We're all done.
We're ready to go home?
We're ready to go home.
I've never felt more comfortable at the dentist.
Howard Family Dental. Family friendly dental.
Beaufort with the ball, 3rd down and about 8. Throwing the deep ball, double covered is the intended receiver for Beaufort. That was Michael Dixon. Knocked away, and it'll be 4th down.
We get to see Piat's arm strength here. Throws the ball, allows the receiver plenty of opportunity to get down underneath, adjust his route. Unfortunately, there's 2 defenders there to prevent him from catching the ball.
Good defense there again by the Bluffton Bobcats. Mark Clifford, crew about to go 0-2 on the season. But they'll be back on WHHI next week with a chance to win another great rivalry game. Piat over the middle, intercepted. Brought back the other way. Number 21, that's Killen Jenkins. That's his 2nd interception of the ball game. He might be our Lava 24 Fitness MVP. He has been on a number of plays. A couple of tip balls, a couple of interceptions in the game.
Great coverage here. He steps in front of the receiver, times it perfectly. Ball's thrown a little bit behind. He makes him pay for it, picks it off, and heads back the other way.
Speaking of our Lava 24 Fitness Player of the Game, reach your peak at Lava 24 Fitness. You can visit us on Hilton Head Island or at lava24.com.
Well, Bob, one thing that's sort of exciting here when we come here every night is how passionate the coaches and teachers are about this football program here. And certainly with the friends and the family that come to this game, it really gives a big, nice campus atmosphere here at in Bluffton. If you're in the area and you like to come to the game, I certainly would recommend it. It's sort of like a small college atmosphere.
Absolutely. Bluffton will host Saul Johnson High School of Georgia next week, while Beaufort will be hosting Whale Branch. The Highway 21 Bowl will be our game of the week. The Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series. The fumble there by Cameron Bent, recovered by Beaufort. And now the Eagles. One more possession. Tooks up the middle, and he busts into the secondary. 35 down to the 32-yard line. That's the kind of play they've been looking for throughout this second half.
Well,
try to get one of those plays, those quick hitters to explode.
Yeah, what you'll see here is what they did is they run the ball straight up. This time they were running a crossbuck and getting Tooks on the outside. Now they run a straight dive in the middle. They reversed the roles, and they just had him switch positions with the other back in the backfield. And he was the first back through, and they gave him the ball, and that's why he was able to get downfield.
Courtney Piat will go under center. Just under 3 minutes left. Down by 3 scores. Tooks bounces out and down the sideline. Down inside the 25. They're going to mark it at the 24. Bring up a second down.
What an effort by Tooks, number 30. I want him on my team. Can I choose him? Wow, look at this.
Absolutely.
Dips inside, goes to the outside, little shake and bake, and then he takes a big hit from a 325-pounder at the sidelines. All right, I'm sold on this.
Outweighs him by 190 pounds. It's second down and 1. Oh, bad snap. And falling on it is Sherpensky. So Beaufort will now have to set up outside of its 30. And from second and 1, it'll go back to third and closer to 10.
Well, he never got the ball. The ball went right between the quarterback's legs. It never came all the way up. That's a shame. They just had too many mistakes, and it's just, you know, this team just got tired, and the mistakes kind of crept in at key points. Otherwise, it'd be a closer game than it has been, Bob.
They have certainly showed some skill, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, holding this explosive Bluffton attack down. Pyatt going deep. This time could have been caught, maybe should have been caught by Michael Dixon. Went off his hands, out of bounds, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, they have to throw the ball right now. Try to get, there's not enough time on the clock to try to get the scores that they need. But it's a nice effort by the quarterback.
Dixon had some separation there. That's about as open as Pyatt has been able to find a receiver in this game.
I would have to think Coach Clifford would be a little bit happy with his effort here in the second half, that his team has played well.
They played hard. They've done that. They did that in the loss to Colleton County last week. They have done it tonight. They have certainly played hard. And Jeffrey Tooks actually being picked up there by Andres Nava in a show of respect to your opponent. It'll be the Bobcats getting the ball back after the failed fourth down attempt. And Ken Cribb and crew can now pretty much run things out. Armstrong State University offers in-state tuition for Beaufort and Jasper County residents. Go to armstrongstate.edu for more information. Bluffton with the football and 80 seconds to kill here in this one. The give is to Diaze Smalls. Gets up across the 40. Be a second down.
Bob, I think we ought to take some time and thank our staff that worked the game for us tonight. We've got, obviously, our station manager, Wayne Morris, did a fantastic job to get off in the rain. Jeremy Pope is our director. Kevin Libby has the central camera upstairs. Julian Agnew has given us all the sideline cameras. And instant replays, we've had, Melanie Florencia, Debbie Douglas is our sales associate.
With the football for the Bluffton Bobcats. Moving around right end, that will be Javon Mack. The clock is stopped with 40 seconds left to go.
And we have to also thank John Burns.
He's the one who signs the check.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. I was in his hometown yesterday in Charlotte.
There you go. From about the 40-yard line, running it up the middle with the big back, Eric Bryan. They are running the Thunder package now. Bryan scored a 7-yard touchdown. That really was the one that gave Bluffton some distance, made it 20-0 in the second quarter. Bluffton scored 20 points in the second quarter. After a scoreless first quarter, it was 20-0 at the half. The third quarter, Beaufort came out, got a touchdown on an Andrew Jazuski interception return. The big lineman carried it in, but then Bluffton came back. A 2-yard run after a blocked punt to win it, 26-6. We'll be down to talk to the winning coach, hand over the Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series Broad River Bowl trophy, and give away our Lava 24 Fitness Player of the Game Award in just a moment, right here on WHHI Sports.
Hey folks, Mike Covert here with Covert Aire. You know, it's hot outside, summer's here, and it's dug in for quite a while. A couple of tips for you. Remember to change your air filter. Keep that thing clean, change it every month. Also, leave your thermostat set at a comfortable position for you and your family, and leave it. Set it and forget it, as I like to say. This summer, when the heat's outside, let's keep it outside and keep your house cool and comfortable. And remember Covert Aire.
Everywhere you go, you see Hilton Head Exterminators on the job. That's because as the area's first and largest pest control company, Hilton Head Exterminators is everywhere. Their commitment is to protect every home and business in the Lowcountry. Their presence supports their reputation for customer satisfaction. And every time you see a Hilton Head Exterminators vehicle, their tradition rolls on. Hilton Head Exterminators. Commitment, reputation, tradition.
There's something new in Bluffton.
It's the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet, where we sell Chevy right.
We stock Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to give you the selection you want. We price Chevy right at Rickenbaugh, so you'll be as confident about your deal as your Chevy. We service Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to keep your Chevy and our reputation going strong.
So come see what's new in Bluffton, the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet. We sell Chevy right.
Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet in Bluffton, Highway 278 at University Parkway.
H&H Auto Service and H&H Auto Body are deeply rooted in our community. Our friends became our customers, and our customers become our friends. H&H has earned a reputation for dedication to their customers. All collision and mechanical repairs to servicing your tires. H&H will take care of you.
We are completely committed to every client, sales and service.
And communication is key.
I invite you to see why so many people trust H&H. After all, you are driving our reputation.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Shinsky of Hilton Head Hearing Services. Your hearing is important. Being able to hear your spouse, friends, and grandchildren improves the quality of your life. Hearing loss just does not affect the individual, but those around you. Family members, friends, and physicians have referred to Hilton Head Hearing Services for over 27 years. From hearing evaluations to treatment with the latest in hearing technology from Widex, I not only provide the highest quality of service, but also the highest quality product. Discover hearing by Widex and experience what many satisfied wearers already have. God bless you.
Failing septic systems pose public health and environmental threats on Hilton Head Island. Hilton Head PSD's sanitary sewer system safeguards our quality of life against these threats. Unfortunately, many families with failing septic systems struggle to make ends meet and cannot afford sewer connection. Project SAFE helps get them connected, benefiting our entire island in the long run. Project SAFE is a charitable fund of the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Your gift to Project SAFE is needed today. Please click on the Project SAFE link at hhpsd.com and make a real difference in Hilton Head's future.
Are you feeling hot yet? The temperature is pushing 100 outside. Right now it's hot and your air conditioning system is working hard day and night to keep you cool and comfortable. What if it stopped working? What would you do? Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your summer. Get a checkup from Covert Aire and let us help you prevent problems before they happen. Covert Aire provides preventative maintenance, new units, and emergency service. Complete customer satisfaction is not only our goal, it's our business.
We're going to keep the postgame a little short and sweet because it is starting to pour down rain again, but a very happy Ken Cribb. Congratulations, a hard-fought win against a Beaufort team that didn't give up.
No, the Beaufort kids play hard. They play hard for Coach Clifford. His staff did a great job preparing them. You know, we hope to put them away. We jumped on them a little early, and they kept fighting 4 quarters, and so I'm just proud of our kids' effort too.
Great defensive effort by your ball club tonight.
Yeah, defense played outstanding tonight. We had the 2 block punts, a couple picks. Several fumble recoveries. You know, they swarmed. They didn't give up a point. Real proud of them. They played a great game.
Michael?
Coach and the teams coming around here, I tell you what, Coach Clifford was quoted in the paper this week as saying, you know what, this Bluffton-Beaufort matchup may just become the new county rivalry. Well, I guess what, guys, if that's the case, you all are the first recipients of the Broad River Bowl trophy.
All right.
Congratulations on behalf of Covert Aire.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on the first win that counts and a little momentum going. You guys got to play another Georgia school, although you get them on this side of the river. This
absolutely. We like playing at home. Yeah, we hope it doesn't rain next Friday, but we love playing here in Bobcat Stadium with our fans.
Coach, again, congratulations on the big win. We'll let you go get dry.
Thank you so much.
All right, Coach Ken Cribb of the Bluffton Bobcats. They're the winners, 26-6. We'll be back with our Lava 24 Fitness Player of the Game in just a moment.
There's something new in Bluffton.
It's the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet, where we sell Chevy right.
We stock Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to give you the selection you want. We price Chevy right at Rickenbaugh, so you'll be as confident about your deal as your Chevy. We service Chevy right at Rickenbaugh to keep your Chevy and our reputation going strong.
So come see what's new in Bluffton, the all-new Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet. We sell Chevy right.
Mike Rickenbaugh Chevrolet in Bluffton, Highway 278 at University Parkway.
A guy that the rain did not bother at all. I'm talking about Mike McComas from Lava 24 Fitness. I'm also talking about Kylan Jenkins, who had 2 interceptions in the ball game, really spearheaded a great defensive attack. You want to give away the hardware, Mike?
On behalf of Lava Fitness, our members and staff, congratulations to you. Your defense played outstanding today. Outstanding interceptions. You played hard. Rain wasn't a factor. Field wasn't a factor. You all did great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the 2 picks.
Oh, I don't know. We was out there. Lorenz and Shamik down. We just playing for them.
Shamik was out of the lineup, but you guys did all step it up, didn't you?
Yeah, we playing for them.
All right. Again, a great victory. Rain's coming down. I'm going to let you get dried off. Again, congratulations on the Lava 24 Fitness Player of the Game Award, and congratulations to the Bobcats.
Thank you.
All right. That'll do it for us tonight as the rain continues to come down. Thank you, Mike, and thanks to the folks at Lava 24 Fitness. We want to thank you for joining us. Next week, our WHHI Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series game is the Highway 21 Bowl, when the Beaufort Eagles are at home again, this time hosting rival Whale Branch. We'll see you next week.